Man, I can't believe this crap, man. These cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer, now you say you can rap. Well, I've listened to your record, made me go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Glen Cereal's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke out some weed, but you smoked yourself stupid, boy, get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
That means
if we have that title to your shit, we will take it.
Oh, come and take it, bitch.
All right. I want your money and I want your dignity, and I'm taking both.
To quote my good friend Artie, come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch.
Come and take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
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 Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
you're a fucking idiot.
She spit in my face.
Shot little thick dude.
A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audit. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it?" he asked her. "What? That's stupid," she sputtered. "You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there," DMA answered, holding his camera up. "If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge." She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. "A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy," DMA said. "It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here." "Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist." "Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on?" she asked, sarcastically, wiping herself. "I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet," he lied as if there were a story. "No expectation of privacy in public," he reiterated. But I'm in a stall, she cried. Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom, DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy, because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while, the woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom. And that's a true story. Absolute true story.
Oh, man, I love that. That was great. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this a beautiful Tuesday this morning? Hello, guys. How you doing? Good to see so many beautiful people here once again on this wonderful Tuesday morning. My hair, man. What's going on? I got to fluff it out a little bit. No, it looks too not good. I need a haircut, bruh. I usually have my hat on. You know what? I'll just put the hat on. There you go. Then I don't have to worry about having a bad hair day. So anyway, everybody, what's up? Let's see who we have in the house today. Terry Barnes, what's up? Good to see you. Julie Weaver, hello. A little Chihuahua Big World, what's up? Terry Barnes, Nancy Marcho. Oh, wait, I'm doing this now. Yeah, that's my new thing. Terry Barnes, Julie Weaver, Little Chihuahua Big World. What's up? Nancy Marcho. What's up? Brian Showman, good morning. Good to see you. News Now Enemy in the house. What's up, Peck? Howdy, y'all. Dude, you're Australian. You're supposed to be like, hello, mates, or something like that. I don't know. What's up, Rash? Weedskador says, Rise and shine with Hezokuai. Kim Crawford, what's up? Good to see you. Wonderful to have you here again. Kulark. Yes, Kolrak. The coal and on the rack. Kolrak. Yes, Kolrak. I love your name, except, I read faster than I think, slower than I don't know. What's up, Weedskador? How you doing, buddy? That I can pronounce. Kolrak, hey, good to see you. Kim Crawford, yes. Billy Yank, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you. Flower Power's back. Good to see you. Great to have you here. Welcome to the family. All right. Chelsea May, what's up? And Anna's in the house again. What's up? Ain't seen you in a minute. I love you, Kiji. Kim Crawford, I'm allergic to cats, but I don't hate them. It's just, they taste good, but they make me sick when I eat them. No, Jenny, what's up? Got my card pack. Yes. We love them. All right, this is the booster pack of cards that she won. She got a card pack. Awesome. You can't see, so I'll be out of the chat. I'm not sure if it's spelled correctly because it's talk to text. Oh, no. Did you have some kind of eye surgery or something? I'm sorry. Oh, that doesn't sound like fun at all. You can't look at the cards. Let's see who else we got. Mike Ingalls in the house. What's up? Kim Crawford. What's up? Chelsea May. Pat Dagler. Yes. Good morning to you. Tay's Auditors and Laugh Like Hell. That's right. It's the longest countdown. Well, I'll tell you what. I was actually just talking about somebody about that during the countdown. And the thing with my countdown is I've noticed a lot of streamers, like Blue Bacon, for example, he goes out of his way like the first 10 minutes or so not to do anything because he knows that it takes about 10 minutes for people to see it on their YouTube and click on it and get in there. So I figure it gives people time to get in. Or like Artie's Corporate Fiction, he plays that awesome Charlie Brown song, I'm a simp, not a pimp, or I'm a pimp, not a simp, or whatever the hell it is. Eating so many shrimp. That's some slick stuff. All right, Little Chihuahua, Kim Crawford, Mike Ingalls, Taylor's Auditors, Laugh Like Hell, Chelsea May, Kim Crawford, Analyze, what's up? I think I saw Analyze just a few minutes ago in a Marvel Girls stream. That was cool. Let's see. Nancy Marcho, what's up? Chelsea May, Tay's Auditors, Billy Yank. iKiss in the house. What's up, iKiss? Great to see you again. Society Reds in the house once again, as always. Love you. We got Jimbo in the house doing laundry at the laundromat. There you go. All right, so I'm going to make sure I yell and scream a lot to just thinking of you and all the random people in the laundromat that are going to hear your phone screaming at you. You're like, what the hell is he watching over there? Kim Crawford, Little Chihuahua, Nancy, Chelsea May. Let's see who else is here. Terry Barnes, what's up? P. Barnes II, what's up? Salacious in the house. Good morning, you gorgeous rise and shine with Hezokuai people. Rashers. That's what you call you. All right. Pat Dagler, what's up? Everything is great. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Mark Baggett, what's up? Let's see. P. Barnes II, Analyze, Salacious, Jimbo. P. Barnes, Pat Dagler, Kim Crawford. Salacious, Jimbo. Oh my goodness, so many wonderful people here this morning. I love my fans. You guys are the best. Seriously. Dino, what's up? Pat Dagler, Scott Elmo, what's up? Slept in a tad. Oh, poor baby, you missed 5 seconds of the show. I'm still doing the names. You didn't miss nothing. Greetings and hellos. Let's see. All right, that's it. I'm caught up. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Man, I got a lot of stuff coming up next couple weeks for you guys. Oh, this month is a month of transition. And by April, May, and especially over the summer, we're gonna be it's gonna be something else. You'll see. Just FYI, I got a lot of stuff down the pike. My raffle for the voodoo doll last month was so successful that it actually gave me a little bit of wiggle room to do some upgrades on the technology that I'm using for the show. So you're going to start over the next few weeks, you're going to start seeing a little bit here and a little bit there, building up with some better stuff. Yeah, good times. And remember, this month we do have a raffle this month as well. It is going to be for the grand prize will include a full deck of the cards, all 110 cards. There's a couple examples, the Glenn Serial card and the Script Cat card. His power is the power of massive body odor, and hers is the power of dynamic reasoning. He is a legendary idiot, and she's a common card, so she's a common hero. Good stuff. And for anyone who doesn't know, because some of you got the cards now, the idea is that her, I think the defense, see, now even I got to rethink it. Yeah, okay. So the defense is the top number, so his defense is 25. His offense is 50 because his smell is so offensive. So anyway, the grand prize for this month's raffle is a full set of all 110 cards and a copy of my book. And I'm going to, again, I don't actually have an example of the real one yet. The sooner I get it, the better, because I can't really tell you guys what it is. You don't know what I'm talking about until you see it. But I have a custom numbered Schrodinger's cat card. There are only going to be 18 of them ever in existence. It's going to be a Schrodinger's cat holofoil card. This is just a card to show you the case it's going to come in. All right. But it's going to be a unique for everyone because they're all going to be numbered. Schrodinger's cat card. There's only going to be 18 ever made. And you could get one of those as well as part of the grand prize. Also, there is a possibility that there might even be a couple more of these available. They're handmade, they're unique, but Salacious said that she's working on thinking about making some more of them. So if we get a couple more of these, then we could definitely make those. Obviously, everyone loves the voodoo dolls. So that'll be potentially part of the prize. I don't want to say it is because, again, I don't physically have them here right now, so I don't want to promise anything that if something happens, like, hey, I thought you were giving this away and now you're not. What's going on? You lied, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to become that guy. So anyway, there's that. So now that we got that out of the way, I am going to take this off because I am hotter than a monkey in a oven. A canary in a coal mine? I don't know. What they would say. So, okay, here, before I get into the heavy stuff, because the first story I wanted to cover today is pretty heavy. So before we get into that, I wanted to talk about a couple of other things. First of all, this whole Discord thing is driving me nuts. So yesterday, Miss Mandy 777 is like, dude, your Discord's a mess. Give me admin privileges on your Discord, and I'll fix it up for you. And of course, I trust Miss Mandy. It's Miss Mandy, right? So cool, yeah, no problem. How do I give you admin privileges? Like I know on YouTube, like right now, if I wanted to make someone a mod, I would just click on the little 3 dots next to your name and click add moderator, and you'd be a mod. Done. That's it. There's nothing to it but to do it. So on Discord, she said, well, just click on my name. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, Peck, did you give away more memberships? Oh, my goodness gracious me. Look at this. We're already starting. Peck's getting his name added to the list again. All right. That's awesome. Thank you, Peck, so much. Yes. Oh, Peck renewed his membership. Okay. That Peck guy who tries to steal wins by donating subs. Dude, it worked last month. You won. Remember, you won a booster pack. Oh, man. Thank you very much. Carl's Order of the Squirrels. What's up? What's up with Chief? Did you mean to say how Chief is doing? I don't know, man. If anybody knows. So anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. So with the whole thing with the Discord, so finally, I'm fooling around in Discord. I'm doing some research online, and I wanted to explain this because this is part of the reason why I hate Discord, and I still don't understand it. So I made Miss Mandy an admin, but the reason why I couldn't make her an admin is because admins didn't exist on my server. I had to go into the settings and create such a thing as an administrator, and then add that thing I created called an administrator to my server so that I can make Miss Mandy an administrator. Like it is as easy as just clicking on her name and saying add admin, but you have to create admin. It's not just there. Like on YouTube, moderators are just an option. Like I could just click on your name, mod, done. Oh, it's so frustrating. And then on my Saturday show, I had this there's this bit that I do every Saturday. It's me, Frauditor News Network, and a guest. And the show includes every week there's a commercial from our sponsor, Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity. And every week there's a bit called Who's That Douche Canoe, followed up by a character called Radical Brittany, played by Witch of Hearts, talking about Who's That Douche Canoe results of the game, who the douche canoe is. And last week, she sent me an email saying I have to do it Bitmoji style. I had no idea what she was talking about. But I said, okay, whatever. So I watched it, and this is what I saw. I'll show you what she sent me. It's great. I love it. I'm not complaining, but you're going to see I got a point. There's a reason I'm talking about this. All right.
Thanks, Hez. Rogue Nation. OMG. Like, grody to the max. Like, totally barf me out. Ew. He is so lame. Like, his whole fraud-splaining technique is so bogus with all the false equivalencies and illogical logic. Like, what's your damage, douche canoe? Oh, back to you, Hez.
All right, so watching that after she told me, hey, I had to make the video Bitmoji style, made me realize, because I've seen so many videos by so many creators all over YouTube, not just in our genre, but in general, that has that same animation style. And I never knew what that was. Okay, I didn't know. Okay? Don't judge me. So I'm like, oh, they're called Bitmojis. So I did a Google search and I found Bitmoji. And I figured out how to make one. So now, what's up, Care Bear? So I'm bringing this up, Nightwolf, what's up? Because if anyone here is familiar with Bitmojis and how they work, help me understand this, because I don't get it. What's up, Veen? So I decided to make my own, because I always kind of liked that animation style. So here's what I came up with. Let's see. Here we go. There it is. There's my little Bitmoji guy that I made. All right. So I spent all this time on the beard and the face. And I mean, you could do the eyes, and then you do the eyebrows, and then you do the nose, and then you do the mouth, and then you do. So I spent a ton of time building this guy, and I put him in this cool Bears outfit. And I was all excited and all happy, and I thought it was so cool that I put him in this Bears outfit. So I'm like, okay, now, how do I use him? Well, I found out that you click on these things, you save them, right? So now I saved him. So now there he is with his little bear hat on and his bear jersey, right? And I'm all cool, and I'm all happy and excited. Yeah, I think he's cute. And then, not as cute as the real thing, though. So you go to Bitmoji stickers. So this is how you use them, right? Like whatever you want. Oh, but wait, where's the Bears outfit? Why did I dress him up in a Bears outfit? He's wearing a gray jacket and a black shirt. So why did I take all the time to put him in the Bears outfit with the hat? Oh, there it is. Now it's working. Holy crap. I don't know what I did just now to fix it, but I fixed it. Yay. Oh, well, then in that case, yeah, see, I see him in this gray outfit, but I guess if I click on it, I didn't know, guys. That's why I was doing this, to ask you, because I wasn't sure. So I can actually like say hello to you guys using this dude. Let's see if I click on it, we'll put him in the bear suit. It does. Yay. Oh, okay. Now I like this. See, because at first I was trying to figure out, like, why isn't he wearing the Bears clothes? But he does when I was just looking at the thumbnails. I wasn't actually clicking on them to see. You rang. Now that makes sense that he's wearing the tux for that. Oh, wow. Oh, there I am on the computer saying hello. Yay! Oh, okay, cool. All right, maybe I'll start using these for some of my videos. In fact, you know what? Just as an experiment, maybe my next video that I make, I'll do that. I'll do it Bitmoji style just to see how it works. Just for fun, because I always kind of like that animation style. And now that I realize, and it has like the stickers, like you could do like any emotion and reaction you want. So who knows? Oh, no. Billy Yank is like, oh, no. Hez is going to have a heart attack if Discord joins Bitmoji. I can't figure either of them out. Now they start working together. It's going to be a nightmare. Oh, that was brilliant. I love that. So they don't even actually draw the stuff? Yeah, apparently not. It's all part of this. I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it until I found out that it was a website, and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, this is cool stuff. Anyway, so all that being said, the reason I brought all that stuff up and talked about all that was because I wanted to start the show off a little light, because the first story I wanted to talk about today, because again, I don't consider myself a news channel, but I always claim to be more of a journalist than any damn frauditor, so I have to do some journalism. The biggest story right now, and I knew about this. In fact, Artie's Corporate Fiction covered it yesterday. It happened like 4 days ago. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it or not, but it looks like I'm going to have to, because it's part of this whole thing. So 4 days. All right. So let's go back a little bit on what we know now, and then I'll play the video from at the time. But again, this is 4 days later, so we've had some time to find out what's going on. Vestige of Peace, what's up? So, a few days ago, a sovereign citizen got pulled over. Apparently, at some point, he reached for a gun. We don't know the details yet. They're still investigating exactly what happened. But the cops ended up, they got rid of him. They took care of him. They shot him. So now everyone's like, oh, he's a sovereign citizen. He got killed just because he's a sovereign citizen. And then it turns out, as they dig deeper, that his family already had a lawsuit with the city because his parents were sovereign citizens. And they were suing the city to get themselves declared American nationals and not citizens of the state or the country or anything. So turns out that he wasn't just some random dude who saw some stupid stuff on the internet and bought into it. His parents raised him in this belief. So this is a great example of the ultimate bad side of, well, all of it's bad. What's up, Roisin? The worst that could possibly happen. Like we like to point at Darrell Brooks. It's like he killed others. But now here's a situation where this guy ends up getting killed because of his insane beliefs that he got from his family. Now, obviously, we don't know the specific details of what happened yet. I'm not saying the cops did the right thing. I'm not saying they didn't. I'm not saying that he deserved to be shot. But every day that I'm on here, someone somewhere in the comments says, one of these days, one of these idiots is going to get shot. And although this is a little bit different because it's a sovereign citizen, not a frauditor, this is it. This is the day one of these guys got shot. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show one of the news stories about this from the other day. There's a bunch of them. We'll start with this one. This is from Fox 13 in Utah. And of course, it's Utah, right? So let me pull this up. And the details are that he pulled a gun on the police. Well, that's what they're saying, right? But as far as I know, they haven't released like the body cam footage and all that stuff yet. And then there's some controversy because the cops
right now.
There.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Okay, so before we get into it, the controversy with it right now is not so much whether or not he had a gun. Everyone's saying that he did. It's whether or not he was reaching for the gun or pulled the gun up on the police is number one. So they're waiting for the body cam footage to see that. And number two, the other big controversy is they have recordings of the police dispatch telling the cops there to turn their body cameras off. Like they're specifically being ordered to turn off their body cams. The idea is that at that point, he had already been shot and they weren't trying to get footage of a dead body bleeding in a car, right? So that's the idea as to why they were told to turn the body cams off. But the fact that they were told that is another thing that's making this story crazy and controversial.
Us tonight, I'm Kelly Chapman. One person was shot in Farmington this afternoon after what police are calling a routine traffic stop. Fox 13 News reporter Chris Arnold has been at. He joins us live from 145 East and State Street. Chris.
Well, yeah, good evening, Kelly. The scene here did clear out about an hour or so ago, but plenty of questions remain here tonight. We did ask the Farmington police chief if the person that was shot inside that car had or presented a weapon at the time this all took place. It's something he says the protocol team will work to answer as their investigation into this continues. But what we do know right now is that this whole incident started just before 3:30 this afternoon when the police chief says one of his officers went to pull a car over for a missing license plate.
Any available units. We have multiple shooters in a situation.
The cops were everywhere.
We're going to need extra officers.
I could not come up the street to get to work because I only live a block and a half over here.
A chaotic scene playing out right across the street from where Ruby Stevens works.
My coworker told me what he saw, which was the officers walking up on the car, 3 on one side and 1 on the other. And they opened the door of the car, and then all of a sudden they all jumped back.
Farmington Police Chief Eric Johnson says after one of his officers made a traffic stop in the parking lot of the post office, that officer asked for other assistance. A short time later, the chief says that officer called over the radio that shots had been fired.
From what I know, the person was still inside the car when shots were fired.
Chief Johnson says 5 of his officers were on scene when the shooting took place.
The officers started doing CPR immediately. Our fire department is right there, literally 2 buildings away. They were on scene fast.
The person inside of that sedan was transported to a local hospital. The police chief didn't provide their identity at this time. None of the 5 officers involved were injured. The chief was asked if there was any indication as to why his officers may have felt threatened and opened fire.
Other than that's how we train, and I know my guys, and if they fired shots, I'm certain they were in fear of their life.
Chief Johnson says officers were on both sides of the sedan, but was unsure of how many shots were fired and from how many officers that were on the scene.
When I moved here, it was a quiet little neighborhood.
Stevens says incidents like this, unfortunately, can happen anywhere.
As long as my community's safe, we'll be all right.
And now, while the chief was able to tell us.
All right, so that was the initial report when it first happened, when there were no details available yet. And notice how the whole reason he got pulled over, the cop stopped in the first place, was because he had those bogus sovereign citizen license plates, right? So it starts that way. Gamer 88, what's up? Now, of course, people would say, like, if Quiet Lamb was here, I'm sure he'd say, well, why were there so many cops there? Well, how many sovereign citizen videos and Frauditor videos have we seen? Don't they always ask for a supervisor and demand a supervisor? Don't they basically demand that more cops come? Well, I don't feel safe with just you here. Maybe you're not really a cop. You won't identify yourself. I want more police here. I want you to get your sergeant. I want to speak to your desk sergeant. I want you to get a supervisor down here. So maybe that's why there were so many damn cops there, right? It's all, ooh. But again, I'm not like, happy this guy got killed, but it was such a bad situation. And then this is a report from 2 days later when a little bit more of the details would come out.
A family demanding answers following a police traffic stop. ABC's Zareen Shaw joins us with the family, tries to find out the circumstances surrounding the officer-involved shooting. Zareen, good morning again to you.
Good morning, Janae. Family, local officials, and the public were putting a lot of pressure on police, and now it is still early in the investigation, but overnight, police finally released what they saw on those body-worn cameras.
This morning, 5 Utah police officers are on administrative leave following a shooting in broad daylight that left a man dead and his family searching for answers.
On engine 71, medic 71, respond to the post office 14 gunshot.
Overnight, Farmington police giving their most detailed account of the shooting that happened outside the local post office. According to police, 25-year-old Chase Allen was pulled over Wednesday because his car had an illegitimate license plate. They say he refused to cooperate or show any identification. Responding officers called for backup. They allegedly asked Allen to get out of the car, but they say he refused. Police then described what they saw on body camera, saying as they tried to pull him out, an observing officer yelled, "Gun, gun, gun." They say a struggle lasted a few seconds, and then gunshots could be heard through the camera. Police say the footage also shows an empty holster on Allen's right hip and a handgun on the driver's side floorboard.
I know my guys, and if they fired shots, I'm certain they were in fear of their life.
The legislature has made it so easy to carry a firearm, whether in your vehicle or on your person. So it really gets down to not the fact that he had a gun. Did he point that in the direction of the police officers?
Allen's sister called what happened a brutal murder and wrote, "We found out about Chase's death along with the entirety of our community via news reporters."
Now, the family says that Chase was a loving soul and that he was studying law for the last few years so that he could defend people's freedom and liberty in their community. Now, as for that body camera, it is still unclear when it will be released. Whit.
All right, Zoraine, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out.
I really love that ending bit because this is I get it. The kid got killed. Okay? So you got a dead kid. You don't want to say anything disrespectful about him. You don't want to say anything like, it's not like, hey, this dude just murdered a bunch of people and the cops shot him and good, he deserved it. No, this was just a kid sitting in his car and playing sovereign citizen games and this and that. But the media is trying so hard not to spin it so that it looks like they're attacking the victim, right? That they're saying bad things about the kid who got killed. That what do they say? Well, according to his family, he's been studying law for the last several years so he could defend people's freedom and liberty. They're sovereign citizens. So studying law means that he's watching Google videos and he's reading Mark Stevens' script. And maybe even Black's Law Dictionary. That's what it means. We all know what studying law means when you're a sovereign citizen. It means you bought a trifold. Like, again, I understand why they said it that way. Because the poor kid got killed. And, God bless his soul, man. Just because he had an insane belief system doesn't necessarily mean he deserved to die. But the point that, damn well what these sovereign citizens do, and that this kid wasn't. Sovereign citizens have killed cops. In fact, way more cops have been killed by sovereign citizens than sovereign citizens have been killed by cops. And that's just a fact. So it's crazy how like this whole movement is getting to this point. Like literally people shooting at each other. And it's just a matter of time, like we always say, before the Frauditor movement starts to reach that same level. Again, Furry Potato already took a bullet to the leg last year, a couple years ago, whatever it was. So who knows how much worse it's going to get before it gets better. And when are these people going to start to learn and understand that, like, we're not the lunatics coming out here saying, look at how stupid these people are, and we love to laugh and joke about their stupidity, but really, like in situations like this, it's like, okay, come on, guys, don't you understand that this isn't a joke? Like, you guys are taking this to this next level, this whole situation. Whoa, Peck just gifted 5 more memberships. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, Peck's going to be added to the list again. Just like he won last month's drawing, he's probably going to win again this month because his name's on the list 72 times already. I'm looking right now at the full list for this month. Oh, wow. We got a lot of Akira 808 state. I think Akira 808's beating you, Peck. We got some Sam I Am. We got Quiet Land. We got Uncle Artie's Bar Grill Stupidity, Jimbo, Tesla Bitten Radio. There's another pack. Benjamin Walter, Miss Mandy 77, Space Trucker, Brian Showman, Nikki Smallboy, Julie Weaver, Ray W, Kim Crawford, Cowboy, Care Bear, Conspiracy Music, Cinda Lucian. Oh, lots of people. Jenny Potier, Little Chihuahua. Yeah, NCR News Network, Hank's Corner. Blue Bear himself is in the. Yeah. Great stuff. Yay. Where's my hello, Hezekiah? Leland Squirrels, we love you. Here, wait, you know what? Hold on. Since I was talking about it earlier, let me see if I could do this and make it work for you. Say hello to Leland Squirrels this way. This is something I just figured out. It's new to me too, so I'm still working on figuring out how this works. Let's see. Okay, there's a hello. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Dang nabbit, where did I put it? There it is. Okay. I just created my first Bitmoji. I didn't even know what a Bitmoji was. So there's hello. See, I got my Bears outfit on. And what was cool about these Bitmoji things is that if you get in close, his glasses are actually almost exactly the same as mine. I couldn't believe they actually had that specific design. So I did that intentionally. Yay! All right. So anyway, hello Leland, that's for you. Hello Sunshine. And now back to the show. So yeah, that's a sad situation with that kid. Obviously not fun stuff. So let's get into something that's fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Batman instantly causes fake accent frauditors to lose their accents by Regical, the Unhallowed Night. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Unclean Hands. Thank you. Thank you so much. Unclean just entered the Graham and Bob show into the March drawing for the cards. And there is a Bob card. All right. Thank you so much. I think eventually I should try and do something where everyone who has a card at least should have their card. Everyone that I've made a card for the good guys. For the idiots, if they want to buy a deck, that's fine. I'll sell it to them, but I ain't going to give them nothing. Oh, I love you guys. This is great. 5 gifted memberships from Peck. Yay. Love it, love it, love it. You guys are the best. Leland's like, I'm a ray of flipping sunshine. What's up, Florida Jim? What's up? All right. Yes. Very sad, but yes. If he had first of all, if he had a legitimate license plate on his car, the cops would have never stopped him at all in the first place. Well, they would have never approached him because he was in the parking lot of the. And where was he? He was in the parking lot of the post office. Oh. He's in the parking lot of the post office when the police approach him because he has fake license plates. So one, if he had a real license plate, none of that would have ever happened. He'd still be alive today. 2, if he would have gave his ID when they asked him for his ID, none of this would have ever happened. 3, if he would have stepped out of the car when they asked him to step out for refusing the ID, he'd still be alive today. There are a million different things that he could have done, but because of his sovereign citizen mentality, he didn't do them, and now he's dead. So again, we don't know what the investigation ultimately is going to find as far as, was it his fault? Was it the cops' fault? Did they screw up? He had a gun, but was he pointing it at them? Who knows? Was it fire? We don't know. We don't know the specifics yet. Conspiracy Music, that's your second entry into this month's raffle. Thank you so much for the $3 super chat. I'm going to have to add a Conspiracy Music card as well to my to the second edition of the cards, because you are awesome. Thank you so much for the $2. I love it, love it, love it. You guys are the best. Thank you. I love you guys. He was indoctrinated, and I don't blame him for a second. Yes, his parents raised him that way. Well, that's why I'm saying it's so sad, but it's like this is like I said, we love to look at the guys who say and do stupid things and point out the stupidity of it and laugh at it. But situations like this happen, and it's like, see, it's not just a joke. Like, this is serious stuff. And that's why I thought after the Daryl Brooks trial, Zerzu Zyquin, yay, thank you so much for the super chat. Your name is now also added into the March raffle. Oh, this is getting good. Oh, it's gonna be a great drawing. Now, as far as this is one of the other things I want to discuss since we're kind of talking about it a little bit right now. Anyway, as far as the drawing for March, I'm not entirely sure that I want to do it on April Fool's Day, because that might, I don't know. I mean, because I want to do like an actual, like, you know, if I'm going to do something like that on April Fool's, okay, let me tell you straight up. If I did the drawing on April Fool's Day, it wouldn't be legit. It would be a joke. And I don't want there to be any controversy. That's why I don't know if I even want to do it on April 1st. Maybe I'll wait till after that. I think part of it is going to depend on when I physically get the Schrodinger's cat cards. If I actually have them in my hand before the 1st, then I'll be able to, you know, literally show you. Because, again, they're supposed to be holograms, but I don't physically have them yet, so I don't know exactly, you know, to show you guys. Hey, but, again, they will be in a case like this, and it'll be a display case nice like that. And, again, maybe, you know, somehow, as far as creators who I have cards for, find a way to get them their own cards. But, again, we'll see. So, that all being said, let's go ahead and get into our first video for the day, the new Ragical, the Unhallowed Night video, and have some fun. Get away from this serious, you know, bad things happening to people stuff, and get into some of this fun stuff. Yay!
Oh, great. It's these pillars of society.
Rakataka, Sandol, Sandol, Salamihala, Rakataka.
So this is basically what these Kretens do. They do their utmost best at making dick flute noises in the form of a fake accent from the Middle East. Or at least one of them. The other does a whiny baby sound. For some reason, they think this is triggering because that's all they do. Harass people to get a reaction. But keep in mind, they are fighting for your rights, freedom of expression. No idea how, but that's what they claim.
Huh? What are you? Oh, I thought you were here. You had a meeting with us. Who are you guys? Why are you recording this?
Wait a minute, was that Order of the Sillies horn? There is no way these lads will actually be adjusted in the Order of the Sillies. They rank too low.
What is problem?
What are you guys here for?
What is problem? Explain problem, then I
You tell me why you're taking pictures of our building.
What is this?
You tell me why you're taking pictures of the building.
Oh shit, because it's a beautiful day. I like to take a picture
It
everywhere.
is a beautiful day, but so how can we help
It's
you?
a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be
Is there a
my
reason
neighbor?
you're on our property, sir?
Can you be my neighbor?
Now, I know what you're thinking. This must be a kid with a, phone trying to be edgy. But no, it's a grown-ass man. Imagine starting out as having no life and then choose to have this life. I reckon these are the kinds of lads that also play in traffic. Maybe they should do more of that.
Well, this is your property up to 25 feet into the median line, but this is considered an easement. So you, yes. No, we were never over there. We were never over there.
I'm not consenting any pictures.
Oh, well, my camera's belly button is broke. I can't stop it.
This has absolutely nothing to do with freedom of press, freedom of expression, or freedom of speech, or even protecting those rights. This is just pure harassment. Plain and simple.
This is an easement. Even somebody with my IQ.
Property, you're taking pictures. I don't have no consent to take pictures.
But we're in public, ma'am. We're in public. We're allowed to do this. If you call the police, they're going to say, listen, these guys can do what they want. But I don't need your permission. You're in public.
I am on my property.
That doesn't matter. You're in public. Anything I can see public, I can record.
Why are you getting defensive?
What?
Why are you getting defensive?
I'm not defensive. I was just explaining when you said we're on your property, ma'am. I'm not defensive. I'm trying to help you that we were not. This is all your property out to here.
You're trying to help this lady. You know what would be more helpful? Shutting the fuck up, getting the fuck out of there, and getting a job. Because right now, your entire existence is useless. You're no better than the prankster YouTubers. Pathetic lowlifes that should play in traffic, which I'm pretty sure you already do, because hitting your head seems to be daily exercise for your lads, huh?
Don't talk to him like that.
What is problem?
Don't talk to him like that.
I am asking
I
what
don't
is
give a
problem.
shit. You don't talk to him like that.
What did he say? I'm talking.
So are we.
Motherfucker.
Don't fucking talk to me like that.
Shit, motherfucker.
Why is there a reason for the hostile?
Well, I can't speak for him, so let me tell you, just so for your understanding. Okay, so when you have a property, it goes to.
Okay, I understand that.
So then, wait. But no. Let's back up. So take it step by step so we walk away in a cordial manner.
Of course.
So this is up to here. You see all these utility lines?
Yeah, screw that. We're not gonna listen to your fancy little rhetoric or propaganda or whatever you want to call it. Nonsensical nonsense will not be featured on this. Wait, that's not true. I feature you guys.
That's what I'm saying, because then it gets hostile.
Well, I don't have to say it. But I don't have to say it.
You're cussing at us, so you made it hostile. I did not come out hostile to you. Did I not come out hostile? He's the one cussing.
I have every right to freedom of expression.
I understand that, but you're cussing at me, not towards me. I'm just saying. I'm saying. You're very ignorant to talk to me like that when I am just coming out here. I'm asking if you had. I had somebody to come here today to help me do stuff, so I'm asking, thinking you guys are the guys. And then you got very defensive with me. There was no reason. I didn't come out here cussing or anything like that. So maybe you should talk to your partner. There's no reason.
Well, I don't tell another grown man what to do.
Of course, because that is all part of the grift. You have your stupid man over there that is just loud and noisy and kind of threatening, or at least he thinks he is with his little beard and his stupid fake accent. I mean, what exactly are you guys even trying to accomplish here? That is the real question. You're just causing a public disturbance, meaning there is no freedom of expression here. It's just noisy bastards causing a scene. You guys need to be removed from the street. Maybe get some community servers in there. It's the only way for you to be useful.
I'm just saying. You want to fucking talk to me like that? That's not going to happen, man.
What's your problem? What's your problem, motherfucker?
See?
Very well. Don't do it.
Wow.
Try it again, bitch.
Hey, you're not going to put up your shit right here.
Hey, what happened to your accent? Is it gone all of a sudden? What's going on, little man child? Now he's acting all tough, you know? Why do these pathetics actually exist? It's the real question these days.
Swing at me again, motherfucker. Swing at me again. Swing at me again, bitch. Swing me again. You're going to jail for a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, he made a big mistake.
Yeah, the mistake of not hitting the camera. I mean, of course you have to pay for it, but would have felt so good, you know, slamming that camera into the ground. He didn't actually swing at you, by the way. So it's not assault, it's just destruction of property. This is what the world has become, hiding behind camera, acting tough. Now, if you're a real tough guy, put the camera down and do some fisticuffs. Let's see who wins. But now, we live in a society where we're gonna sue everyone that even looks at us in a angry manner, I guess. For fuck's sake, man.
Dude, you made a big mistake doing that. You made a big mistake.
Again, the only
Dude,
mistake
you're
you
gonna
made
go to
was
jail now.
missing.
You should have never stepped up like that. I was talking to whoever your representative is.
And where did your accent go? Well, it's not really an accent. Where did your baby voice go? Well, what happened? No, it's all fun and games until the bat comes out. And he's not gonna go to jail for swinging a bat at the camera. He didn't even hit it. So what exactly is the problem here? I'll tell you what the problem is, and it's not on the visual side of the camera. It's you guys. You two idiots. Hey, in case you're wondering, Mr. Baby Voice and Mr. Racist Voice.
We were having a cordial conversation. You come up.
Oh, so being shit stains in society is a cordial conversation. Duly noted.
You don't know the story. You just come out doing that, take a swing. Bro, you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail today. That's the sad story.
Well, none of that is going to happen. And the real sad story is your voice crack. I guess you weren't faking the baby voice.
This is where I've been all day. That's where I've been all day. I never stepped on your property.
You're a pussy with that fucking bat.
Man, you better watch how you fucking talk to me.
I don't give a fuck.
You're a P-word hiding behind the camera and this pepper spray. How about that?
Like that.
Fucking dirtbag. Fuck you.
No, you ain't fucking talking like that, man.
Yes,
No,
I
you're
am.
not.
What do you guys want here?
Well, right now, we're going to want you to get arrested for what you just did.
You know, for a bunch of lads that, according to themselves, know absolutely everything about the law, they seem mighty ignorant about the law, because for something like this, you're gonna get a reprimand or maybe a talking to. He did not hit anyone. He only threatened someone. You, on the other hand, your mere existence is an insult to humanity. As a matter of fact, we all should demand an apology. And Mr. Beard, could you stop acting tough? Fake tough guys. Those are the most annoying people on the planet. Well, I guess among the most annoying people, to be technically correct.
What's that? Okay, tell him to hurry up because I want to get something healthy to eat.
Come on over here. Listen.
What?
Yeah, knock him out.
Oh, you're telling me to come over there? You're trying to taunt me? Why would I come on your fucking property, dude?
So I can bash your head in with this bat.
Why would you taunt me to come on your property holding a baseball bat? Because you want to take a swing at me?
Well, at this point, I would call it a bit of natural selection, but you're so cowardly you won't even step on his property. Keep hiding behind your little camera, little man-child. Imagine that, harassing and taunting people constantly and then being afraid of the actual consequences and then pissing your pants and pushing out. While, of course, acting like the ultimate tough guys with your fancy little cameras wobbling about.
You know what? You know what? You're a disgrace, man. You're a disgrace. You're a punk.
Well, you guys are the
that. When you
punks.
put your head on the pillow tonight, man, remember you're a punk. Remember, you're a punk, man. When you go to bed tonight, you're a punk. Yeah, you're a punk. You're going to jail, fool.
Come to think of it, is this really his actual voice? I mean, no adult male has a voice that high-pitched. I mean, what happened? Did your balls pop off? Well, for a guy to have the balls drop off, you first need to have them. And I'm pretty sure both of you are still trying to grow some.
Shit to me. You guys ain't doing shit.
Neither are you.
Wait till they come and then we'll fucking settle it.
Yeah, settle what? There's nothing to settle.
There's nothing to settle. He's going to jail, guaranteed. Yeah? You watch. You watch. He should have never done that.
Now, this can't be just me. I mean, are there tears behind his noisy voice? That's that whiny sound. It has like a little tremor in there, indicating there's some tears on the way. Are you about to cry, little man?
That at people in public. That's fucking against the law. You're lucky he didn't connect. That would be a battery. Yeah, it would be a...
Yeah, okay, we're lucky. We'll see.
Not with a deadly weapon.
You think this is our first rodeo? He's going to jail, guaranteed.
Well, your racist voice buddy just said if he connected, he would be going to jail. He did not hit anything but air. You should have hit your damn camera, though. At least that would have been funny, and then you would probably piss your pants even more. And the other guy would probably start shitting his pants. You know, you gotta get a good combination of pathetic behavior. And you guys seem the perfect candidate. And even then, if he did hit the camera, he's not gonna go to jail. He's just gonna, you know, have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, I got pepper spray. I got pepper spray like a motherfucker, and I'm ready to use it.
Ah, exactly the words a coward would utter. I bet you're looking for an excuse to use it. But the mere fact that you are a man telling another man you're gonna use pepper spray on him, I'm just gonna have to revoke your man card. Well, come to think of it, that if you actually had one in the first place.
I burn for a couple hours, ain't doing shit.
You ain't doing shit either.
I'm just saying.
What's up, homie? What's up, dog?
I get scared of you.
Shit, dog.
I get scared of you.
You ain't doing shit, dog.
Wait, hold up. Is he threatening the lady here with pepper spray? My God, you're even more pathetic than I thought you were. How can you be more pathetic than I thought you were? That is impossible. No one can be this pathetic. And to be fair on the lady, you know, she looks like she could defend herself pretty decently. That's why he's probably scared of her. Even though he is a lot larger and taller than her, he's still gonna do the poopy pants defense mechanism, I guess.
I'm scared of you.
That's how you want me to talk to you? What? That's the attitude you gotta say? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's telling you to go get out of here. He's making you leave. Listen
Who's
to
the
your
one
daddy.
with the attitude?
I mean, I just called the other guy the ultimate pathetic man. And then this guy, I think he heard me. He wants the title. What is even going on in the brainy bits of these frauditors? Well, they're not actually frauditors even. They're not even auditing anything. They're just being a bunch of the most pathetic, harassing dick flutes I've ever seen, engaged in the ultimate lowest form of dipshittery. Is this a new record? I'm not sure. This could be a new record for dipshittery.
Yeah, let's see it then. You can that side of the street. Let's see it.
Dude, taunting me to come over holding a bat. Come over here.
Now, and I know both of you are the narcissistic main character syndrome sufferers, but he was talking to Mr. Beard and not to Mr. Baby Voice. So, I mean, if you guys are indeed the ultimate tough guys, why don't you step across the line and see what happens? Instead of mouthing off from a distance behind your little camera. This is not a good look for you guys. This is just, reinforcing the image we already have of you lot. Oh dear. I believe stereo last week. Likely, we could probably take both on a mutual combat and then some ground and pound.
You get back, remember you fucked up today. Remember that. Yeah, remember that. Remember that.
Oh shit, baby man, you just got called out. Well, that's going on. Let's have a look at what the officers actually have to say, because they're gonna arrive on the scene anytime soon. I'm bored of this back and forth between two immature little brats and the people they harass.
Mr. Gonzalez. So I talked to the gentleman. You know, I guess you guys got into a little bit of exchange of words. Stuff was said. So like I explained to him, you guys can be on the sidewalk recording. It's all within your right. Obviously, don't trespass into their business unless you're a customer. And it's fine. That I guess when he exited his car, he felt that he was going to be attacked by someone because the camera was right in his face. So he reacted accordingly, and he was in fear for his life.
Well, if he's going to lie to you guys, then I want to file a CPA.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. After determining talking to your side, his side, so it's just obviously you guys are doing your thing, and he didn't know how to react to it because he saw two strangers coming up to him.
I mean, that's okay, is what you're saying?
No, he's talking about a separate dude. He's talking about the first person.
Yeah. So I guess the other guy, he came out because he didn't know what was going on. He thought his employee was being attacked. So then they came out and they're trying to figure out what's going on. I guess insults were made, and things were said, harsh words were said, and everybody was heated. So
that's not how it happened.
It's one of those things where they got scared because they don't know who you are, and obviously you don't know who they are, so everybody was kind of afraid. So it's just like I explained to them, that's their business. If they're in there and they want to refuse service to you for whatever thing, that's fine. You can't go in there.
Go through the charges, bro. It's bullshit.
Just be on the sidewalk and just be respectful of people, and people will be respectful of you.
File.
Okay, and that's about it. All right.
Now, to my ears, that sounds exactly what happened. You were harassing a female co-worker, maybe even his daughter. Then he came out and swung at your camera. He didn't swing at you, he swung at your camera. It's kind of an important detail. He also missed your camera, which is another important detail. Are you also going to mention that you were going to do the racist voice and the baby voice to try and trigger? And then, sad little man, beard weirdo over there doing all the insults as well. And the moment the bat came out, those accents went away. Yeah, that's the funny part. That's the really funny part. I don't think they understand comedy at all.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. I did. It wasn't. It wasn't a hurt. It wasn't like. It wasn't a crime.
How do you know?
Because I talked to him.
I got it on video.
Okay.
Okay, you're Deputy Herrera. What's your badge number? 855. You're a disgrace, man.
I came out with the bat.
Okay.
Rosario badge number 1972. Your partner's a disgrace.
The intent was because he was in fear. He was in fear for his life.
No, we're on a sidewalk the whole time. He's 40 feet away. He's 40 feet away. Over there, we're on a sidewalk. He was never in fear of his life.
Have a good name, okay? All right. Have a good day, like I expected.
You're trash, man. You know what? You're the type of cop that get all the good ones shot, dude. You're a bad cop. You're a disgrace, man. You're dirt, man. You're dirt, Herrera. You get all the good cops killed because of your actions. You're trash, man.
You know what they're electing to do?
You're trash. Dereliction of duty, Herrera. You were unwilling to look at the evidence on my...
So, two people whose entire lives are dedicated to being disgusting, dirty, nasty, vicious, vile, rotten, scumbag human beings are accusing someone else of being dirt?
My video camera before and not even now. You're trash, man. You're trash. Remember that, Herrera. You're a piece of this. Eat that, man. Eat that, piece of shit.
Frauditors!
You get good cops killed because you're a piece of trash. You're a piece of trash, you fucking oath breaker. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, Herrera. Fuck yourself.
Oh man, you can't imagine the big grin I have on my face right now. Oh dear. Look at the little temper tantrum the little man-child does. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? It's actually more amazing that he thinks he actually made a point.
Okay, guys, this is what happened after this video. We contacted the sheriff's department, and a supervisor came out, and at that point, the supervisor refused to take the report. He stood by the officers and just drove away, and that was it. He said he came out to tell us he wasn't taking the report, and that's it. Dirty as fuck. So the station was then contacted, and the lieutenant there said to come over and file the report. So let's see now. The deputy and the sergeant refused, and now we got to come to you. All right, so we go to the station, and then this happened. Deputy Herrera met us at the door. And the reason Deputy Herrera met us at the door is because the sheriff's department instructed him to take the report on the complaint. And the reason the sheriff's department did that to Herrera is because by him taking the report, we could not file charges on a dereliction of duty of him. This is how they tried to outsmart us. Anyways, when we got to the front door, Deputy Herrera said that SGV was the only one allowed inside the building and I had to stay out and no recording is allowed. I told him I can come into the lobby and I started to proceed and he put hands on me and stopped me from entering.
Yay!
There you have it. And then they took SGV into another room.
So awesome.
He filed the report and here we wait. Well, it's not over because I'm going down there and file a report on Herrera myself. Sheriff's Department, dirty as fuck.
Yes, and they have dealt with you before. They don't want to waste time, and basically your entire existence is an insult to humanity. I'm still waiting for that general apology for the entire human race. So might want to go ahead and file that one first, because that's the main priority on your end right now. Second of all, you're not allowed to film inside the publicly accessible area of the police station if they don't allow you to. You were also not part of the bat swinging incident. As a matter of fact, you were not actually allowed to go in and harass the police officers during the interview they gave with SGV Racist Voice Man. Like I said before, all you were doing was harassing citizens from the safety of behind your sad little camera. And on that eye-opening note, remember to tickle the bell and all things around it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. These grown-ass people actually think they come out looking good, when absolutely everyone just sees them as little temper tantrum brats. To be quite honest, that is the most amazing part.
It really is. It always blows my mind every time, every day. Looking at these videos, how their fans support this nonsense. Like, how can you see two supposedly adults acting this way and think it's good and think it's helping anybody and thinks it's funny, right? I started the day with a story about a sovereign citizen getting killed. And next thing we know, we're sitting here like cheering about a guy trying to hit somebody with a baseball bat because that's how horrible these people are. Like, of course, yeah, I didn't want him to smash his head open, but like Ragical said, if he would have actually smashed his camera, that would have been hilarious. And then SGV, big, tough, hardcore, constantly challenging people, always calling people pussies and cowards, and they're always saying those words. Yet if anybody even looks at him, he pepper sprays him, he cries like a little girl and runs to the cops. That he hates the police so much. First things he does is he runs to the cops and tries to press charges. He's a punk. He's a punk. And how the fact his fans don't recognize that he's the punk is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Like, I didn't know there were that many people in the United States that smoked meth laced with paint chips dipped in PCP, because that's the only way you could think what SGV is doing is cool. Oh, man, it's insane. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So anyway, what did we get? What else have we got going on here? Anything else? Who can tolerate any of them? Their fans love them. That's the thing I don't understand. And like Peck said, wait a minute, we were just watching Dragical's Dutch. I know it's a quote from Austin Powers. I get it. But yeah, Ragical is Dutch. So anyway, the next video I wanted to show is a KFAR video. Yay, KFAR! So let's go ahead and check that out. This is called, where'd it go? How come it's not on? Oh, Instant Karma for Sofsit. Yay! Instant Karma. Oh, hopefully that'll end up with somebody getting arrested.
To your favorite art traveler back again once again. So this guy, I believe he escaped from Dummy Kruger's Daily Dummies. He is not exactly the constitutional law expert that he thinks he is. He seems to have, I don't know, skimmed the Constitution one time, and now he thinks he's Chili, a 20-year law scholar. He is not. The officers are going to, well, I'll wait for the end. You guys will see. Enjoy.
What's the problem? For a regular traffic stop, this is kind of.
Oh, this is not regular.
This is not a regular traffic stop?
No, usually people have license plates, registration, all that good stuff.
I do got registration. I do got registration. I just don't have somebody stole my plates, but I have all the.
It just has to be displayed on the vehicle.
Somebody stole my plates.
Hey Trey, have you ever been arrested in San Francisco?
No.
Have you ever been arrested in California?
Yeah.
You have? You know when?
A long time ago.
Okay, but you have been arrested in California? But not San Francisco, right?
No.
Okay.
Sir, do me a favor, just go ahead and put the phone down. I'm gonna go ahead and open this door.
For what?
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and take you out of the car really quick.
For what?
Because we're unable to identify you, sir.
I just gave you my ID.
We can't ID you. Nothing's coming up.
I'm not on parole or probation. I haven't done nothing wrong. I was just sitting here. I'm not getting out of my vehicle. No, there's no reason for me to get out of my vehicle. You guys know who I am. I just gave you my ID. No, I'm not getting out of my vehicle. I'm not getting out of my vehicle. There's no reason for me to get out of my vehicle. There's no reason for me to get out of my vehicle, sir. I was doing nothing wrong. I was breaking no law. That's crazy.
Wait a minute.
That's crazy. That's crazy. How y'all? You just asked me to step out of my vehicle for what? What have I done? I'm not on parole, not on probation, not a fourth
You
waiver.
weren't breaking any law. I won't breaking no law.
It's in the yellow envelope. I can get out and get it for you guys if you like, or I can climb back there and get it for you guys if you like.
Please don't climb back there. Thank you, though.
Could somebody tell me logically why they do that? I've talked about this before. What's the point? Like, if you're not purposely, specifically going out of your way to give the cops a hard time and to make them force you to do something, why would you keep all of your documentation in an envelope hidden in the trunk or in the back? Why wouldn't you put it in your glove compartment? Everyone I've ever known on earth keeps their stuff in their glove compartment or in the side panel on their door or somewhere where if they get pulled over, I've known people who put it under their visor. It's always right there so you can grab it and show it to the cop. These guys, all of them, keep their stuff locked up in the back or in the trunk. Why? You get pulled over, cop says, where's your paperwork? Oh, it's in the trunk. Let me step out of the car and get it. Whoa, wait a minute. Like, why would you do that if it isn't specifically to have exactly this sort of reaction? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why you would do that if you're not trying to bait this kind of stuff. And the fact that they insist that we're not baiting, we're not doing it on purpose, then why would you do something that's stupid in the first place? Ugh. These guys are dumb, 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 stupid and dumb.
It's the far back or the back?
It's in the back.
Where the bike is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can get my own stuff. I don't need nobody to open up my doors or nothing like that. I said I can grab it myself though. I can grab it. I don't need you guys
doing that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And does it have everything in there from when you bought the car?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you buy the car?
A couple months ago.
Can you do me a favor? Just I can barely hear you. Can you just open
A couple months ago.
I'm not gonna.
A couple months ago, sir. A couple months ago.
A couple months ago.
Yes, sir.
From where?
From my dad and his wife.
Oh, okay. Was it kind of just like a family thing?
Yeah.
All right. You okay with him coming in the back? We're gonna go that way, and then we're gonna try to get the back up. Okay. So I'm gonna have you come on out.
I don't want to exit my vehicle.
You
I
just said that you're gonna come on out.
I'll climb over there and get it for you guys.
Climbing in your car, sir.
Because as soon as I open up this door, you guys are gonna put me in cuffs or something. Like that's what they did to me last time. That's what they did to me last time.
So what were you doing last
I
time?
don't trust it, sir. Last time I had the same issue. I opened up my door. As soon as I opened up my door,
you had the same issue and you didn't learn?
Accusing me of resisting arrest and started like breaking my wrist. And then they threw me in the back of the police car for having no insurance.
I'm not gonna do that. So let's just go ahead and step on out of the car, okay?
Man.
Okay, so my sovereign citizen senses are tingling with this guy every time he opens his mouth. The first time he apparently didn't have insurance and got handcuffed and thrown in the back of the car, which, yeah, that's not really a thing that happens. Also, he doesn't have a plate. He said it was stolen, but then he rolls around Glenn Serio style with all of his information for his car in the trunk in a backpack and wants to jump out and get it for everybody, which is also not going to fly. At first, I just thought he was dumb, and then he keeps saying things, and I'm like, nah, he's a sovereign citizen.
I don't feel comfortable stepping out of my vehicle, sir. I would like to speak to your sergeant.
Sir, go ahead and step on out of the car just so we can get the paperwork out of the back, okay?
I can reach back there and grab it. You're just gonna open my door? See that's why I don't get out of my vehicle.
See, it's funny because the video itself, right? This guy through his own actions absolutely confirmed what I was just saying. Well, last time this happened, I ended up getting arrested. Well, what do you mean last time? You mean last time you got pulled over and had your paperwork in the trunk and the cops asked you for the paperwork? When you got out of your car, they arrested you and you still keep it in the trunk? Like, you didn't learn the first time?
For the police, because you guys violate. I've done nothing wrong. I told you where my stuff was at. What are you talking about? I gave you everything you've asked for. I gave you everything you've asked for. I've given you everything you've asked for.
Except for the paperwork for the car.
It's back there.
That's why we said come on out. So, come on out. Just do me a favor, put your phone down.
No, I'm not putting my phone down.
Sir, I'm telling you to put your phone down.
No, I'm not putting my phone down. This is for me to record for my safety. I'm not putting my phone down. No.
Put the phone down.
No.
Get out of the car, sir.
No. For what? What do I need to get out the car for? I'll get out the car.
What's your first name?
D-Ray.
Okay, D-Ray, you are under arrest right now for resisting and delaying a police officer, okay?
What?
So right now you
For
are
resisting?
under arrest, okay?
I'm under arrest for resisting?
Again, very respectfully,
for resisting?
get out of the car, yes.
For resisting? I'm
not
resisting
have to be doing
arrest?
this
What am
right
I being
now.
arrested for?
So basically,
I'm being arrested. I'm resisting arrest?
let me just talk to you, okay? So right now, we just need to figure out if you're the owner of the car, okay?
I am the owner of the car.
So we need the paperwork to show that you own the vehicle, okay? So right now, that's why we need you to get out so you can go get the paperwork.
Step out. Hands on top of your
See
head.
what I'm seeing? Hell
Because you're
no.
not being
Hell no.
compliant, sir.
I am being compliant.
No,
I'm
you're
about to get out. I'm about to get out and get you guys the fucking paperwork. I don't need you guys to put my hands above my head and cuff me up and shit. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong.
But it's just so we gotta make sure nothing else is on you.
I'm not getting out of my vehicle, man. No, I'm not getting out of my vehicle. I'm not fourth waiver, parole, or probation. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. My traffic violation, I wasn't even driving the vehicle. So me not having plates, I'll take the ticket for that. But you guys are not just gonna drag me out of my vehicle and cuff me up. This is a traffic violation. There's no reason for me to get out of my vehicle.
Because we don't know if you're the owner. That's why we're trying to figure
Resisting arrest? Come on, it's a Trump charge, man. I've been recording. I haven't resisted anything. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Okay, so everybody at home is probably saying the same thing I'm about to say. Yes, you resisted because they asked you 15,000 times. Legally get out of the car, sir. We are legally allowed to ask you to get out of the car. And you failed to do so for 7 minutes, almost 10 minutes. Yeah, that's resisting. Sorry. I wasn't driving, so you can't get me for not having plates. Yeah, you can. Turns out you didn't just, randomly your car just appeared in the middle of the street. Apparently you had to be driving at some point to get there. Oh, just give me the ticket. Dude, your car doesn't have a plate. You don't have any information on the car, and they can't verify who you are. So who are they going to make the ticket out to? Like, there's literally nobody in any situation that can make a ticket out to anyone. This guy just wants them to just pull a ticket out of their butthole.
we just need to make sure it's not stolen, okay? I'm not saying it is.
I know it's not stolen though, so I'm telling you it's not stolen. If you want to, sir, you can look in the back. It's in a yellow envelope. It's in a yellow envelope. You can get all the information you need. I don't feel the need to have to step out of my car. I've done nothing wrong.
Come on out of the car.
I've done nothing wrong.
Come out of the car now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're not getting out of the
car.
car.
Are you serious?
Something wrong.
Please step on out. Come on, man. Come on, really quick.
Oh, wow. No, I'm not giving you my phone, man. What the? That's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's
Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Turn around. Turn around.
What are you guys? Why am I being handcuffed? Why am I being handcuffed? I'm not resisting anything. I'm not being arrested. I have broken no law. How could I be resisting when I've broken no law, sir?
You're yelling. I'm trying to explain.
I've broken no law, sir.
Can I explain?
That's crazy.
Can I explain it to you?
That's crazy. I knew you guys were gonna do this. You guys lie to motherfuckers all the time. That's crazy.
You're not listening to us. That's why you're being placed.
I'm not listening.
If you said, hey, you know what?
If I would have got out of my car to get my thing, you guys still would have done this to me.
No, we wouldn't have.
I promise.
That's crazy.
No, we wouldn't have.
Like, hey, I'll get out of my car.
That's
I'm gonna go get
crazy.
it. And if you listen when they told
That's
you,
crazy.
Sharp that can cut the
No, I'm not.
Do you have any needles,
I'm not
knives, or
okaying
anything like that?
search. I'm not okaying any search. I'm not a
Do
fourth
you have
waiver,
any
parole, or
needles, knives,
probation.
or anything like that?
I am not okaying. I am not okaying the search.
But this.
I am not
just make
okaying
sure you
a
have no
search.
weapons.
I am not okaying a
Yes,
search.
this is what I was
I
trying
am
to
not
tell
a
you
fourth
yesterday,
waiver.
Quiet Lamb. This is exactly what I was talking to you about yesterday. You always talk about you wish I would show good cops. I just did. Those cops were great. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They did a great job. I show good cops all the time. Why do these people think that being in a car offers magical protection? If the cops want to get in your car, they're getting in your car. That's exactly right. It's insane, like, and especially in a situation like this, where the guy obviously has been through this before, but somehow still thinks it's appropriate behavior, still thinks it's a good idea. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? He's like, I'm not going to step out of my car because if I do, you guys will arrest me. Then finally he gets arrested. See, I knew you guys were going to arrest me. It's like, yeah, because you knew you were doing something that was an arrestable offense. Like, it's like if you rob a bank and you got the bag of the money that you just stole sitting next to you in the car. Says, what's in that bag? Well, if I show you, you'll arrest me, so I'm not going to show you. See, you're arresting me. I knew it. I told you were going to arrest me if you found out that I had stolen money. If you don't get out of the car, you're going to get arrested. Well, you're going to arrest me if I get out of the car. No. If you don't get out of the car, we'll arrest you. He ends up getting arrested. I told you were going to end up arresting me. Yeah. What's up, Pat Dagler? He must have given them a false narrative. These guys, their whole lives are nothing but false narratives. Oh, man. Oh, I don't drive. I travel. Oh, man. All right, guys. It's time for the headphone warning. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get your earplugs out. Turn your headphones down. Buckle your seatbelt. If you're into any kind of calming things that like, you know, muscle relaxers or whatever, now's the time to take them. If you're a weed smoker, now's the time. Maybe you don't want to do it because you don't want to waste a buzz on this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see DMA and Regan Benson. I know. I'm sorry. Regan Benson's in this next video I'm going to show. I'm sorry to do this to you guys because I know her voice is like nails on a chalkboard with a knife on a plate at the same time. Oh, man. You got to admit, English is a very confusing language. Everyone's like, no, don't play a video with Regan Benson in it. No, please, no, not her, no. I love you guys so much. Empty Woods, what's up? Good to see you. Oh, no. Time to vote for Chili again. Go to the Grifties. Get Chili back into first place where he belongs. Play some nice, relaxed Long Island Audit. Oh, don't worry. He's on deck, too. Maybe I'll play it after this. As a cool down. Yeah, there you go. I'll play LIA as a cool down.
Everybody, in today's video, we'll be taking a look at DMA. Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at DMA and Karen as they go to the police station. Now, they're trying to inquire about a young boy by the name of Timmy that unfortunately was shot. And of course, they managed to make it a...
Oh, prayers for Chief. Oh, I was wondering, like somebody said something earlier about that. I'm sorry.
About themselves. It has nothing to do with activism, and they screw the whole thing over. With that being said, enjoy the video.
Justice for Timmy Henley, Scene 1, Take 1.
Hey guys, Denver Metro Audits, aka the Mile High Auditor. We're over here in the city of Westminster, and I'm here with the lovely Sweet Tea Audits, as well as Big Sis Regan Benson.
And we are here today on the topic of...
Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot. Regan and Sweet Tea are there.
Timmy Henley was executed outside of an apartment on September 4th, 2018 by Westminster police officers Louis Engelberg and Chris Hempelman. Of the 15 rounds fired, 11 hit Timmy. And based on the body-worn camera footage, the majority of those shots hit Timmy after he had already collapsed. They claim he had a knife, even though the knife was found inside the apartment. And even if he did have a knife, who fires 15 rounds shooting someone 11 times because they have a knife? Ever heard of a taser or pepper spray?
So we are going to be taking a look at what actually happened.
You know, I don't want violence to happen to any of these guys. By the way, thank you so much for the $2 space super chat, Space Trucker. Get ready to stab. That's right. Get my voodoo doll out. But seriously, like, these guys will always use the excuse, like the anarchists will always say, well, if somebody came after me with a knife, I'd just shoot them. She's like, well, who shoots at people a bunch of times for coming at them with a knife? Well, I don't know. Give you a gun. Let somebody come at you with a knife and see how many times you shoot them. Or would you rather just get stabbed? We don't know the details, but oh, man, the ignorance of DMA is astounding.
The night of the events. But first of all, let's talk about what DMA just said. if Timmy did have a knife and he's charging at the officers, you're expecting the officer to whip out pepper spray? Are you serious? A knife is a deadly weapon and can get to someone extremely quick. A pepper spray doesn't work on everybody. And if there's wind, it's less likely to work. So DMA is once again talking out of his rear end. Now let's take a look at what happened here with Timmy. So the Westminster police first spoke with Henley at about 10:20 a.m. September 4th after a neighbor called to report that Henley was standing on top of his car. After officers convinced Henley to get off the car, Henley told officers he had used cocaine earlier and that he may be hallucinating. Paramedics checked Henley out and then police released him. 2 hours later, 2 residents of a nearby apartment complex called the police to report a man has entered their homes. So he was breaking and entering. The first resident reported that when he returned home just before 1 p.m., he saw signs of a potential break-in. When he went inside, he heard someone inside, so he left and called 911. Now, Henley then walked into another apartment, and the resident of that apartment yelled at Henley. Henley held a knife and told the resident that people were trying to kill him. The resident then hid in his bedroom and called 911. Now, neither of the 911 callers said that Henley threatened them. According to the lawsuit, the dispatchers recognized the description of Henley and told officers it was likely the same person they had talked to in the morning, according to the lawsuit. Now, apparently, he wasn't found with a knife. The knife was in the apartment. So I'm not saying that the cops are in the right here. I don't know personally. Possibly there is something foul that happened here, possibly. But obviously DMA and Karen are going to make it about themselves. They are not looking for justice for Timmy Henley whatsoever. The only thing they're looking for is another grifting opportunity.
This video was created in remembrance of Timmy Henley, who was murdered by 2 authoritarian tyrant Blue Line gang members.
Okay. Right off the bat. Let's stop for a second and break down. Now, I'm not going to get into specific details, okay? But there are a lot of cases, not just frauditors and sovereign citizens and anti-American douche canoes, but the general media, okay? There are a lot of cases where cops kill somebody and the way they tell the story, like what DMA just did. If you didn't catch it, this is the important part. This poor, sweet, innocent kid is sitting, minding his own business, and all of a sudden a bunch of tyrants just bust in and start shooting him. And he didn't even have the knife on him when they shot him. That's the story that we're being told by DMA. But where did they go to get him? They went into his house and shot. No. They went into someone else's house. Oh, so he was visiting. No. It was an apartment that he broke into. Oh, so the cops found him in somebody else's apartment that he had no business being in. Okay. Does that make it okay to shoot him? That's not what I'm saying. But this was the second apartment he had broken into the same night, after literally jumping on the hood of someone's car in the morning. So, okay, again, whether or not the police were specifically justified in shooting him, we don't know, we can't say. But to paint this picture of this poor, sweet, innocent kid that all of a sudden got shot by the cops, and then you look at the actual story and he was shot in an apartment that he had just broken into, that was the second apartment he had broken into on the same night, and that he threatened the apartment owner with a knife, the story starts changing a little bit, and maybe he wasn't so sweet and innocent after all. Maybe he was running around breaking into people's apartments and threatening people with a knife. In fact, that isn't a maybe, that's a fact. But DMA isn't going to point that out. He's only going to point out that the cop shot the guy. He's not going to mention any of the things that led to the shooting. None of them. He's going to paint the picture of a poor, sweet, innocent civilian just sitting down, minding his own business, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a bunch of cops bust in and start, throwing bullets. Always leave out all the stuff that led to the shooting and the fact that this poor, sweet, innocent person was breaking into people's apartments all over the city or this apartment building, whatever. Ugh. Again, that doesn't mean he deserved to die, but you paint the picture way, way, way different than what actually is going on. And again, they're just using, that's the thing. These scumhammers are using the fact that this kid got killed for their own personal gain, and that's the worst part. That's the reality of what the bad part is. Now, again, if it turns, the fact that the guy died is the worst part, but the worst part about these guys is that they're using his death as an excuse to make money on YouTube. It's horrible, disgusting behavior.
Family get justice for their son, and there's a backstory, but you're just gonna have to come along today and listen and pay attention. What the hell? Is it like 5 degrees out here? We gotta go inside. It is. Over here is records. Over here is the desk officer. Hey there. Hi. Is Dean Villano available?
Who are you with?
I'm just with myself.
Okay.
I just want to know if he's available. No. Just
Okay,
let him know that
he's available.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if he's available. Is there anyone else here who can help?
Well, that's what I'm asking. If you could find out if Dean Villano is available.
So right off the bat, Karen is acting like a complete Karen. She cannot speak to another human being like a normal person. She has to have a huge amount of attitude for no reason. Like I said before, I'm not saying that the cops are innocent here. I don't know. I wasn't there. So perhaps DMA and Karen are onto something for once. But instead of acting like a normal investigative journalist or reporter or someone that would be objective, they act like complete psychos. So of course nobody can take them seriously.
Why are you filming me? Please don't film me.
Well, we can. It's not that big of a deal.
This lady, she's
Well, the
blocking.
second you,
You know, you're-
start telling us that we shouldn't film you, we're gonna film you even more. Look at this. They've got somebody's IDs sitting here.
It's funny because all I was doing was just raising my pole and she thought I was going for her.
Yeah, so you guys can see they got people's IDs just laying out there in the public for people to see. You know what I mean? They're not protecting anyone's information at all.
Not at all.
And that's our fault.
But they're going
That's
to try
our
to make
fault.
it be our fault.
Yeah. Everybody, we're in the middle of Tropical Storm Flamingo.
Is that really what it's called or just?
We don't have tropical storm.
I'm sorry. That just hit me. It's not. Oh, dagnabbit, am I roboting? My signal's looking a little low. Come on, I got this wire for a reason, damn it. Okay. All right, hold on. Regan, you friggin' cunt hammer sauce bitch. Ah! I'm sorry. I said a bad word. I didn't mean to, but she is! Okay, listen. It's our fault they left the IDs out. No, it's your fault. You're filming them on your camera. That's your fault. She just said, if you tell us not to film you, we're going to film you even more. Why do these idiots argue with me? Why do people like Rogue Nation and BSBT and all these idiots argue with us? And then right there, she says it. If you tell us not to film you, we're going to film you even more. Out of the horse's mouth. Literally, the horse-faced witch sauce Reagan Spencer! She just said, if you tell us not to film you, we're gonna film you even more. No shit. That's what I've been saying for 2 freaking years. And all you douche canoes and all your fans, no, that's not what they do. That's not what they do. No, they didn't do it on purpose. She just freaking said it.
In Colorado.
Oh my God, the cackling is so obnoxious. And it's even worse because there's 2 Karens cackling today. This is unbearable.
What are they calling the? It's on the tip of my tongue.
The hurricane storms, tropical storms.
Yeah, I was recording you.
Well, I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't appreciate being recorded?
What's going on?
He's not
here?
available?
No.
Okay, somebody else available?
I don't know who to get for you because you won't tell me what you need.
Just anybody from command staff, truly.
Okay, I've called for someone to come down. We'll see who, I'm not sure who's available.
Who did you call?
I called dispatch. I called dispatch. That's
Oh,
who I
dispatch,
called.
okay. I'm sorry, I can't hear you because you're standing clear back there. So you can either serve us with a smile and courtesy, or you're gonna get treated the same way you're treating us. We've come here peacefully and nicely. You can do the same, or you're gonna get treated like that.
Number one, you have to answer the question about
Number
what
2,
you want.
fuck you.
No.
I don't answer to you. Get
That's-
out of my face.
I'm not, you're the one that stepped into
No,
my
you
face.
came out here, motherfucker, and I didn't ask you to.
So
Go
it's-
back where you came from.
Okay, looks like Karen forgot to take her medication again. But I mean, look at her. She's so psychotic. This woman needs help. And her poor husband that has to actually deal with her on a daily basis. I don't know how he does it, but he really is taking one for the team. I would go even further in saying he's taking one for humanity.
I'm not
Go
moving.
back where you came
I'm not
from.
moving.
Go back where
So,
you came from.
and
Neither
either-
am I.
is
So
it
you
a
want to
complaint
continue to
that
have
you're
it out?
here? Are you
I
want-
told you what I wanted. I want somebody here from command staff.
What
That's
do you
what
need-
I want.
Is it reference a complaint?
It doesn't matter.
Is it justice for
Yeah, read it.
Timmy? Is that who it is?
Justice for Timmy Henley.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me see if there's somebody available for you.
Why don't you do that?
Since you're not being very nice at all. So
You're getting
Well, here's
treated
the
the
thing,
same
sir,
way
sir,
you treat us.
Sir, I'm gonna ask you a question. Oh, see, I'm not being nice, but you just walk away and I'm trying to talk to you. We're not the ones being nice.
you want me to take it out?
She gave us that crazy look like we're dummies.
I called dispatch.
It's funny how they initiate the rudeness and then when we become rude back to them, well, you guys aren't being very nice.
Well, yes, she did give you that look after Karen berated her and had so much attitude. Obviously, you spend 10 seconds interacting with Karen and you're already in a bad mood. Everybody would be in a bad mood after interacting with Karen.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
If you're raising your voice, you gotta leave. Don't you raise your voice at us. We got guns.
He was very, very successful in his life. He was 27 years old, lived in California, moved out to Colorado, needed help one day, and instead of getting help, he got shot 11 times.
Buddy, what's up? Walked out, asking who was referencing the complaint because they were asking for answer. And she just went off on me. And then I walked once and I asked her if it was referenced as Timmy Henley, which she has the badge on her shoulder there. So, so I'm not really sure what the issue is. So,
Waters.
but anyway, but she was quite hostile with me. So.
Sir, can I get your card?
And
Hey.
No.
Can I get your card? What's your name and badge number then?
You deal with
What's your name and badge number? It's your policy to identify. What's your name and badge number? Make contact with
I'm
us.
not an officer.
Waters, you're not an officer. You're just a clown. That's what you are.
Actually, I did. Yeah.
Dummy.
Our Deputy Chief Villano is in a meeting.
Deputy Chief Villano.
Yes. Huh? So
Villano
how
is
can I
now
help?
the Deputy Chief.
So how can I help you?
Do me a favor.
Yes, ma'am.
Give that to Deputy Chief Villano.
Sure.
He'll really appreciate that.
Okay.
And tell him it's from Regan Benson.
Okay.
And tell him he should come down here and speak with me.
Well, he's in a meeting. If you'd like to,
We'll wait.
do you have his extension?
We'll wait.
I don't know how long his meeting is going to take.
So they're in a meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
That's interesting.
You know, it's funny
I
because
wonder
like
why we weren't told that.
we actually come to speak with specific individuals in law enforcement all the time. I'll say about probably 95% of the time they're in a meeting.
Well, to be fair, if I was the police chief and I heard that there are 3 psychotic Karens in the lobby that want to talk to me, I would magically appear to be in a meeting as well. Now, if there were 3 regular concerned citizens that aren't hostiles, I'm sure I wouldn't be in a meeting. But then again, it's all about how you approach people, Karen. The second they change their behavior, they will get much more results. But they're not interested in getting results. They're interested in getting clicks and views. And being cordial with people doesn't give you clicks and views.
So they're not really in a meeting. It's just that somebody doesn't want to speak with us. So they just use that because it's a good go-to excuse that they're in a meeting.
You're certainly entitled to your opinion. How else can I
Is it a
help you?
fact?
Yes, he's in a meeting. Yes, yes. I
Well,
just checked.
why don't you find out when he's going to be out of his meeting?
Okay, would you like his extension so you can call?
Well, if he's not going to answer, he's in a meeting. Could you just find out when the meeting's over and then come back?
Can you let me finish so I can finish my statement? I'd let you finish yours. So I can give you his extension. You can call him directly on his extension and schedule a meeting if you'd like with him.
No, we're not scheduling a meeting. We're just here as members of the public, and we want to just speak to him when he's done with the meeting. So can you let us know when the meeting is anticipated to be over so we can just come back?
Sure, I can ask him.
Thank you.
That'd be great. Thank you. You know who Timmy is, right? You guys shot and killed him. Engelberg and Hempelman.
Okay.
Fired 18 rounds. Shot him 11 times.
Oh, he was unarmed, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah, unarmed.
But you guys.
So here's a perfect example of what Frauditor Troll was just talking about and why why we all know that these guys are absolutely full of shit and they're not even beginning to make the slightest little bit of an attempt to actually do any of the things that they're supposedly there to do. I'll give you if you actually wanted to sit and talk to the guy about the dude who was killed and try to actually have a conversation that might make a difference. Here's his number. Call him. Set up an appointment to sit down and have that. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Why? Because that might actually be doing something? Because then you might actually be able to have that conversation that you're supposedly there to have? Why would you not do that if that's what you're there to do? They're not there to do that. It's just an excuse. They're making money over this kid's corpse and trying to make it sound like they're doing it for him.
You guys planted a knife there.
And Westminster just settled. Westminster just settled with the family. And Dean Villano, he wants one of those pins, one of these buttons.
Mention the part where he broke into the apartment he was in when he got shot.
For the button?
Or you're just giving it to him as a gift?
Yeah. As a gift.
Okay.
So,
Well,
can you ask him when he'll be available today?
Sure.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Can I get a business card from you, please?
Absolutely.
And also you too, Harris.
And see how that works when we can have courteous conversation back and forth?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
do. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I agree with you 100%.
Thank you.
As long as you don't interrupt me, I don't interrupt you. We can have
Well, interruption. I mean, we
great
can work through
conversation.
that. But when you're a straight up dick, you're going to get treated like a dick.
I agree with you.
And that guy that told you that I was rude to him was a dick. And he got treated like a dick.
Okay.
Now, Regan, I find that hilarious. You should really take your own advice because you are always treated like a Karen because you act like a Karen. Now, if you would act like a normal person just for once, like I said before, you would get results, but you're not interested in that.
Anything else?
No, I'll just wait if you can find out.
Well,
for
you
me.
guys have a seat if you'd like.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to get this lady's name though too.
And she still has, she was telling her about these things.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for her name first though.
You're not custodian of that. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. A couple things. Number one, you guys aren't protecting people's privacy. You got just IDs laying there on the counter like that. So you should probably like hide those or put them away.
I don't have anything to say. Thank you.
I'm actually here for help, ma'am. Hey, what are you doing? I'm here for service, ma'am. Get over here.
He was telling them that these IDs are sitting here and that they're boots.
She has nothing to say.
So I'm just going to sit here and ring the bell a bunch of times because this is unacceptable.
What is going on with Westminster? This is crazy. They must have had like a whole new exchange of people.
So, hi.
We have to send it
To meet him shooting in Westminster, Colorado.
Okay. Okay, then.
Hi, you got your story? Here's the situation. My husband found it on the table. Okay.
So they're just ignoring me over here. So I'm just going to do the old ring the bell constantly type thing because they can't just say I have nothing to say to you and walk away when I'm a citizen here for business.
And it's because we are filming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
They don't like that we're recording.
That's
Well, no, it has actually nothing to do with your recording. Not once has anybody in today's video said anything about your recording. It's your attitude they don't like. Now, if you were to fix that, possibly things could change.
Somebody needs to give these people an education that this is a public building.
I thought Westminster was good.
Yeah, they were good last time, but
How long ago was that?
the last time I was here was, like I said, probably 8-10 months ago.
It's almost a year.
Almost a year
I wonder
ago.
what happened.
Deputy Chief Villano, hey, Sabrina, if you're watching, I heard you are in process of hiring.
They're just gonna ignore the doorbell. Come on.
So as you can see, guys, I'm just clicking this doorbell. It says ring bell for service. So, I mean, they're telling me to ring the bell. I'm trying to have service here, right?
Why do they always? Why? I know why. They always try to make it sound like they're customers. Well, I'm here for business. I'm here for service. And what's going to happen if the lady actually does answer your ringing the bell? You're going to bitch and moan and complain about a bunch of shit that she doesn't care about. And they know that. And that's why they're not answering the bell. I thought you wanted to film and not be bothered. So shouldn't the fact that they're ignoring you be a good thing? Oh, he's going to cry like a little baby. Oh, she's ignoring me. I'm ringing the bell and they're not servicing me. Because you don't want service. You want them to come there so you can complain at them. That's what you want. You want to point out that the IDs are out on the counter and that they should hide them because you can film them. And again, like Frauditor Troll just said, this whole video, out of all the people they came in contact with, nobody told them to stop filming. But these guys, they just immediately go to that because that's the false narrative they build for their fans. Same thing with the SGV video we watched a few minutes ago. The lady comes out, says, "How may I help you?" And their response to that isn't, "Oh, no, thank you. I'm just here to film." No. The response to "How may I help you" is, "I have a right to film. Don't you tell me not to film, lady. How dare you approach me and tell me to stop filming?" Who said anything about filming until you brought it up? Like, they're looking for that. They're creating that. And now that there's a douche canoe here, if you're still listening, and everybody hasn't booted you yet, I was talking about you earlier. This video I'm watching right now, at one point, Regan Benson says, "If you ask me not to film you, I'm going to film you even more." So support my argument? How about the fact that if I ask you not to film me and you keep filming me, you are now filming me against my will? You're the tyrant. You're forcing your will to film upon my will not to be filmed. You're the tyrant. You're forcing your will to film against my will not to be filmed. You're the tyrant. You're filming me against my will. You're forcing your will upon me, upon your victim. That's why the people you film are victims.
But they said that I have nothing to do, so I mean, I'm doing what they're telling me. Ring the bell.
You don't need service. You're just ringing the bell to be a douchebag.
To give us information. You give him a couple hours. This meeting should be done in a couple hours. He'll come down and chat with you.
Okay.
But do me a favor. Can't be pounding on the glass. Okay? Can't be disturbing what we're doing here.
I'm not disturbing
You guys
anything.
are. Let me finish, please.
Okay,
I've
but I
looked-
don't need you to give
ma'am.
me directives.
Because understandable. I get where you guys are going with all this, but please let me explain, okay? You can be in here as long as you need to be, as long as you want to be. Don't interrupt the flow of the citizens coming in and out, okay?
Are you telling me something I don't know?
I don't know if you know
Are
it
you
or
giving
not.
me
So
orders?
I'm telling you, I'm warning you, okay? Because you don't want to get yourself in trouble.
What's in trouble mean?
You know what it means, ma'am. You
What
don't want to
does it
get yourself arrested, okay?
So Volano's making sure
No.
that under the threat of arrest.
Did I say that? Did I say that?
No.
Here she goes again, twisting words. All he said is to not interfere with the regular flow of business. It's not that simple to understand. It just means, Karen, go sit on a bench, go sit on a seat, and just wait the 2 or 3 hours for the meeting to be over. Speaking at a regular tone, at a regular decibel level, and you will have no problems. But of course, Karen cannot understand that. It's like rocket science to her.
But
Okay,
I
so
can
then
read
please
through
don't
the-
take my
I
words
can
out of
read
context
through the lines.
because I'm being very, very clear to you. Don't take my words out of context, okay? So what I'm telling you is you're more than welcome to be here. I'm not saying you can't be. You're more than welcome to hang out. He said that he would come down and chat with you when he's out of his meeting, whenever that ends. He told me in a couple hours, okay? In the meantime, what I'm asking you not to do is impede with the normal business that goes on here. Can't be pounding on the glass. Don't harass the employees back there. The customers that come in, including yourself, please don't harass them. Understand? And you're good to go. Fair enough? All right, man.
Hold on, I got something for you, sir.
We're not getting service.
So,
I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you
You
need?
see this situation?
What do you need?
These IDs?
Okay, she just turned them over like 10 seconds ago.
They were all laying here out in the
They
wide.
got-
She got a serious attitude the minute she didn't want to deal with us.
That, Rogue Nation, is the perfect response. And that is why I'm glad that they didn't time you out. And I hope you're still listening, because I have an answer. Okay? Hey, Hez, I didn't know they forced you to go out in public. Right! The more free world that you're building is one where people hide in their homes because they're afraid to go out in public. Nobody's allowed to go out in public anymore. Because if you're out in public, douche canoes are going to force you to be filmed whether you like it or not. They're going to shove a camera in your face, and if you ask them not to film you, they're not going to be decent human beings and say, okay. No, they're going to film you even more because you asked them not to. You're a scumbag when you do that to people. But you don't care. You think it's hilarious. You're sitting there laughing your ass off right now at my screaming. I know. And that's even more of a reason as to why you're such a heartless, soulless, nasty, rotten piece of trash, evil, demonic scumbag. You think making people upset is funny. You think hurting other people emotionally is funny. You enjoy it. You're a fucking nut. A narcissist. You're insane. You think it's funny to make other people feel bad? You think it's funny to get other people fired? To ruin other people's lives? You think it's hilarious? You're a lunatic. Anyway, I'm just having fun. But listen, I do have this voodoo doll, and I'm going to take my taser and I'm going to stab it and pretend it's Rogue Nation. Yeah. It's good to actually talk to one of you guys for real so you could get to hear, what's going on. in the real world, because you don't live in the real world. You live in fantasy land where everyone has to just hide in their homes with the shades drawn and the windows shut, because if they don't, then they're going out in public and they're immediately going to be swarmed by throngs of gangs of frauditors with tasers and pepper spray, just ready to attack anyone who has the audacity to say, please don't film me, sir. How dare you say, please don't film me? You're a piece of crap because you don't want me to film you. But. If I film you, then I'm a cam-backing Karen. If I film you, I'm going to FOIA that footage. I'm going to sue you for filming me. How dare you film me? I thought you were fighting for the right to film. You should be celebrating when people pull out a camera and film you if you're fighting for the right to film. But you're not fighting for the right to film. You're full of shit. You're a scumbag, narcissist that gets off on other people's suffering, and you enjoy it. So when people point their cameras at you, you're going to try and get them fired. You're going to try to ruin their lives. I thought you were fighting for the right to film. How come you're not fighting if there's a policy, because now I'm seriously asking you this if you're still paying attention. If there's a policy, if you could still hear me, if there's a policy that says you cannot film while you're at work, and they film you, if you're fighting for the right to film, why aren't you fighting against the policy that stops them from filming you? If you're fighting for the right to film, and there's a policy where they can't film you while they're at work, why aren't you fighting against that policy instead of fighting to enforce it? That's why it's a lie. Your whole shtick is a lie, and we know it. You're not fooling anybody.
Okay. Are you trying to
I'll take a bow now.
We're in
IDs?
That was a glorious rant. I'm going to put that on my Hezokuai rant.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't interrupt me.
Now, here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Somebody needs to move those IDs.
You're absolutely right.
It is your duty to protect confidential information.
You're absolutely right.
And we can see that.
You're absolutely right, and that's why they're trying
So
to
quit filming it, douche canoe.
Just now.
Okay.
Just now.
I will deal with
So
it. I will
he
ask
was
them to do
trying
that.
to get their attention to come back here and address this
Okay.
situation.
And I will take care of that. I appreciate it.
So they flipped the IDs over, and the officer is thankful for your observation. Now, what else would you possibly want? You want him to write you a thank you letter? You think you deserve the Medal of Honor? Just move on with your day, Karen.
But let me ask you this: why would you record it knowing that it's confidential
Because it's-
information when you guys are
because we're
are
right
live
here.
streaming it?
We're right here.
And you would post somebody else's
We're right here.
information on there.
Why would you put it there?
You're
So if
absolutely
we
right.
can see it, is it confidential or not?
Right, are you
Well,
gonna
but why
do
would you
something to
why
my
would you
eyeball?
record
Are you
it with somebody
accusing me
else's?
of deliberately
No, I'm asking
trying
you a
to do
question.
something?
No, it's a question. Why
Because
why
we're
would
right
you
here.
record it?
Insinuation.
I told you, because
It's not an
we're right
insinuation, it's a
here.
question.
No,
We're right
you were
here.
insinuating.
Why would you record it if you know it's
Because we're right
somebody
here.
else's information?
Because we're right here, and we can record anything in
So you
public.
wouldn't direct your cameras somewhere else, knowing that that's
I
somebody
may or
else's
may
public
not.
information?
I may or may not, but what about my eyes?
Understand.
What about my eyes?
Yeah,
I can see that.
I can
So why does
and I
the
will deal
camera
with
matter?
that. And I will deal with that.
Why does the camera
I will
matter?
deal with that. Can you please step out of the way? You guys can step up and be helped. Thank you. Thank
Actually,
you.
I'm here in line. That's another thing, Sergeant. I was trying to tell you. I've been here. I've been ringing the bell. She came over here and said, I have nothing to say to you, even though
So
I'm
what
here
do you
for
need?
business.
What would you like?
Well, first of all, I wanted to address the IDs.
Okay, got
Second
it.
of all,
We'll
I
take care of
need
it.
the extremely rude lady, the clerk here. I need her name.
The black shirt?
Both the ladies that are back there. I need both of their
Okay.
names because they're so rude. I need to
Anything
file
else?
First and last names and 2 complaint forms so
Okay.
that I can file complaints on each of them.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Now step out of the way so that they can get help.
How about please, bud? Why don't you try using a little
Please.
respect? Thank you. Just barking orders at people, man.
I mean, DMA, respect is a two-way street. Respect is earned. The same way how you're not saying please, he's not saying please either. I think this officer was extremely respectful, especially when you consider all the attitude he has to deal with coming from 3 separate Karens all at once.
I wasn't barking no. All right. Now step out of the way so that they can get help.
You did.
Been barking orders since you got out here, man. You got names here to go with these?
so I can attach the names.
Getting business cards for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
For both the females, correct?
There are report specialists, the ones that assisted you.
Which one was which, please?
Okay, so this one is the lady here in the gray sweater.
Okay,
Her name is Molly.
Molly.
Yep.
Okay, Molly. And then Dina.
And then Dina is the lady in the black shirt that you guys saw.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit later. It turns out that the chief got out of his meeting and they were able to do their ambush or confrontation, whatever they want to call it.
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Regan?
You know, it's really nice to see you, and I hope that you're coming with a gracious, it's good to see you again, and I'm glad the family got justice for Timmy.
I know it was in the process. I don't know anything about that, but
And you wouldn't.
I hope it, yeah. I mean,
Because it's been settled.
okay,
There was a settlement.
okay.
Westminster.
That's interesting. I didn't know that that was completed.
Westminster admitted guilt.
Okay.
That's what a settlement is. I mean, it's a non-disclosure, right? So I brought a Timmy button for you because you remember last time I brought you a Timmy button and what you did.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I absolutely do. I tried to give it back to you. You betcha.
Yeah, it was very disrespectful.
I think throwing it away would have been more disrespectful.
Well, the fact that you
Well,
even
but
said,
that's
the fact
along
that you even said you were
water
going
under
to
the
throw
bridge,
it
right?
away. You were
Yeah.
going to throw it away.
I don't have, I need to talk to you respectfully, but I don't need to take items like that.
Yeah.
That's, and I had that conversation with you.
Yeah, it was offensive to the family.
Okay.
They were
Well,
watching.
okay.
Well, then why don't you have them
I'm sorry. I don't know
say
what else to
something
say.
about
Thank
it?
you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, we're all human here, right?
Ooh, he's kissing your ass, so
Yeah,
it made you happy.
we are.
Wow.
And this police department executed an innocent man. And it's
Okay, it's
come
already been settled.
to fruition that it happened.
And how do you know he was
And so
innocent?
I'd appreciate it.
Innocent.
if you took
No, wait,
that
there we go
button to-
again. There we go again. There we go again. It's not a mystery. It's not an investigation. It's not, okay. Did the dude physically have the knife in his hand when he got shot? That is the question, right? But to say he was innocent is a flat out lie. It's a lie. It's a fact. The police shot the guy in an apartment that the guy had broken into, and that the owner of the apartment was hiding in the closet, like at the end of Halloween when Laurie Strode's hiding in the closet and he's coming at her with the knife. That's what the dude was doing when he was on his cell phone in the closet calling 911. So then the cops came and shot him. He wasn't innocent. Again, did he deserve to die over it? I don't know. I'm not saying that. But they keep painting this false narrative where it's like this poor, sweet, innocent kid was just minding his own business, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these horrible tyrants just bust in and start shooting at him for no reason. The dude was jumping on top of a car. The cops came. He told them, oh, I'm just high on cocaine. So they took him to the hospital to make sure he wasn't ODing. They said he was fine. They let him go a few hours later. So what does he do? He breaks into someone's apartment, threatens the owner of the apartment with a knife, eventually does whatever he does in there, leaves that apartment, breaks into another apartment, threatens that guy with a knife. He runs, hides in the closet, calls 911. The cops come, shoot the guy. And now here's Rickard Benson saying, you just shot this poor, sweet, innocent child. How dare you? Okay, maybe he didn't have the knife in his hand at the moment they shot him. Maybe he did. Nobody knows except for the cop who pulled the trigger. And because there was a settlement with the family with non-disclosure agreement signed, we don't know. It'll never come out. But the fact of the matter is, saying he was completely innocent is a flat-out lie. Just the fact that he was shot in an apartment that he had broken into shows that he wasn't just a completely sweet and innocent victim.
Today and honored him in some way.
Well, I'm not part of that, so I'm not sure what you mean by honor.
What do you
him.
mean? You
I'm not-
are part of the organization.
Sure, but what do you mean by honor? What would you like me to do?
I don't know. Put it on your desk.
Okay,
Share it in the break room.
I hear you.
Hang it up.
Okay, I hear you.
It's a very nice button.
Okay,
Timmy's dad had these made
okay,
specifically.
Sure.
And I gave you this one instead of the smaller one that I gave you last time.
Okay.
Right?
If Timmy's family is so worried about making sure the chief of police gets all this stuff, why is Regan Benson the one who's doing it? Why isn't Timmy's family doing it? Just a question for people who have a brain, because I know she doesn't.
And so I'm here to do that.
I got you.
Okay.
So she's saying that these buttons she's giving to the police chief is to honor Timmy Henley. And rest in peace, Timmy Henley. From what I've seen here, it doesn't look like he was a bad person or a criminal. It looks like he was having a little bit of a psychosis event due to the cocaine. And unfortunately, what happened is what happened. And like I said, it looks like the police possibly were in the wrong because they did a settlement. But Karen over here doesn't care about all that. Her only thing she's doing here is doing her vendetta. She wants to shame the police, and it has nothing to do with Timmy Henley. It's all about her own ego and proving the police wrong. Karen is never doing anything for the right reasons. The homeless people absolutely despise her.
Yep.
She is a plague on Colorado.
And we were greeted horribly at the front window. I'm just going to tell you, it was bad.
No, it wasn't.
And
You're
my
lying.
friend here is filling out a complaint.
Okay.
So
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, so you can address that.
Okay.
Because we come in peace and respectfulness.
Sure.
Until we're disrespected.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
All right, so let me ask you something, too. Again, I'm not trying to pass judgment on anybody and just stick up for the cops. If they were wrong, they were wrong. But let's think of it like this. Let's say, what was it a couple years ago? Somebody was smoking bath salts or something and tried to eat someone's face. So if someone's that high that they'll stab you to death because they're high, if someone's that high that they will literally eat your face because they're that high, because they're high, you have to let them do it. If somebody's so insanely coked out, he's breaking into apartments and stabbing people, we should just let him stab people because he was high when he did it. Like, I understand the idea that he wasn't in his right mind at the time. And maybe that would be an excuse for why he did what he did. But at the same time, if somebody who's, smoking meth or whatever, taking PCP, busts in here and starts beating me over the head because he's on PCP, I have to just sit there and let him do it? I have no right to defend myself because he's high? Salacious is like, okay, now I'm never going to try the getting high thing. Sometimes they settle because it's easier. See, that's the problem. Just assuming a settlement happened is an admission of guilt by the police force is ridiculous. Again, maybe the cops were wrong. Maybe the kid wasn't holding the knife. We don't know. We'll never know because of the settlement. But the point is, if the cops kill somebody, there is no question as to whether or not they killed the kid. They did. Whether or not it was something that was justifiable could be fought in court. If it wasn't, and we knew for a fact it wasn't, then those cops should be fired. It should be a big thing. But when you're trying to figure this stuff out, sometimes it's like, look, maybe the kid did have the knife. Maybe they got body cam footage of him charging at a cop with a knife or charging at the dude who's hiding in the closet. We don't know that. But maybe they showed that to the family, and that's why the family agreed to settle. Why would they agree to settle? Well, because the cops did shoot the kid. There's no question about whether or not they shot him. They did. That's a fact. It's the exact specific circumstances that led to the shooting that's in question. What's up, KFAR? What's up, Frauditor Wrangler? Oh, you got your cards yesterday morning? Great. Glad to hear it. It looks like just about everybody got their stuff. I think I only got one left that I didn't ship out yet. Anyway, so that'll be the last thing I'll say about this particular case. I apologize because in the middle of the video, Rogue Nation popped up in my chat, and then I started going off on him, and then I started yelling more at him than at what was going on with Regan Benson and DMA. So for those of you who missed it, what went on in this video that I just did, it's a Frauditor troll video of DMA and Karen going off. What happened was this kid got high on cocaine and was jumping on a car, and the cops came because he was damaging the vehicle, and the cops got called. So he told the cops, look, I'm sorry, I'm really high, man. I'm messed up. You know, it ain't right. So they took him to the hospital. You know what, Frauditor Wrangler? I was actually thinking of doing a special edition. I actually have another card. I have a Glenn Serios butt card. And I was thinking of making that a scratch and sniff. But the regular one is not. No. Cast Graphics, what's up? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, so this, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, this month I am doing another raffle. I'm going to make it a monthly thing now. For the March raffle, the main prize is going to be a full set of cards, and I'm also going to have a special edition Schrodinger's cat card. This isn't the actual card. This is just one I put in for an example. I'm going to have it mounted in one of these for you. It's going to be on a stand. They're going to be numbered. There's only going to be 18 of them printed out ever, and they're going to be individually numbered. Special edition Schrodinger's cat cards. And, of course, a copy of my book. And potentially, we might even add some more of these voodoo dolls. It's not impossible. Yes, Cast Graphics. Did you get in touch with me? Because you did win a pack of cards in my last raffle. You were one of the winners. So if you haven't emailed me yet, if you want to go ahead and drop my email down there for him, Salacious, so you can send me an email and let me know where to send your cards that you won. You guys are keeping me company as I throw up. Dude, did you get your heater fixed? That's what I want to know. Like, what the heck? Oh, my goodness gracious me. We showed one of your videos earlier, actually. So it's good to have you here. We all love KFAR. Anyway, yes. My heater is fine. LOL. Okay. Everyone jokes about that because you've been wearing your jacket in the last few videos. People are going to want what I made. Did you send it yet, Leland? Yeah, it's a booster pack of, there's 10 cards in a pack. And I handmade the booster packs, and the cards are in there. And once you see them, you'll be like, oh, this is why he's always trying to sell these cards, because they're damn cool. And I got 110 total. Has vent. Oh, my office is the only room without a vent. See, I got the opposite problem. That's one of the reasons why I'm sitting here right now, because you guys know my background's different. My main office, now that I'm in Florida, it gets super duper hot in that one room. And when I turn the air on in that room, it gets too loud, and, you know, it becomes a problem when I'm trying to do my thing. But like I said earlier today, for people who weren't here at the beginning, if I could take these off, I think, and you guys should still be able to hear me. What I'm doing now is last month's raffle went so well that it actually put me in a position where this month I'm able to put a little bit back into the show itself. So I got some new equipment coming in, a couple things. We're going to do some upgrades on some stuff here and hopefully make the show get better. It's going to get progressively better and better and better as we go. Love you guys. So glad that you support me. Yes. You guys are the best. Anyway, the next video I wanted to show is Tones Overthinks It, overthinking a real hero with a camera. So let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah, that would be bad. I didn't want to, well, whatever, the scratch and sniff card thing, that's funny. I was just talking about that with Frauditor News Network after Saturday. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, every Saturday at 5 Eastern, I do a show with Frauditor News Network, and we have a different guest every week. Last week's guest was, oh, great. Now somebody's going to beat the hell out of me for Blue Bear. Last week's guest is Blue Bear. This week's guest is going to be Commentator Auditor. And then after that, Tones Overthinks It. And then the week after that is going to be Mark Stout. In previous weeks, we had Script Cat. We had Witch of Hearts. You know, we have a different guest every Saturday night. And every Saturday night, we do a bit called Who's That Douche Canoe? It's a game we play where I show a silhouette of a frauditor, and you got to guess who it is. And then after that, we have a character named Radical Brittany, who's played by Witch of Heart. That'll come out and say a few words about the douche canoe. Our sponsor is Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity. So we have commercials from the bar and grill that we play throughout the show. It's a lot of fun. We tell a lot of jokes. We make fun of sovereign citizens. We interview the guests, plug their channel, all that good stuff. And but before the show, we always have like a little powwow. Like Frauditor News Network always gets there a little bit early, and we'll sit and talk about, okay, today we're going to do this and it's going to do that. And then after the show, we'll stay on and talk for a while after we're off the air, you know, discussing what we're going to do next Saturday. And that was one of the things we were talking about, was the idea of me turning the Glenn Serios butt card into a limited edition scratch and sniff version, and just hide it in random booster packs. I thought that'd be funny. But anyway, here's Tones. Oh, I love you guys. You guys make me so happy every day. Wait, this is no sound on this. Let me turn the sound on and press up.
Everybody, Tones here. Just a quick reminder after the video, be sure to visit our website at www.tonesoverthings.com and check out some of our exclusive channel merch. Links in the description. Enjoy the video.
And now for something completely different.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. So despite the majority of frauditors out there just being ridiculous clowns, there are a few of them that are, I'm going to use the word true believers. Like they actually think what they're doing is right and make.
You know what? Actually, I want to point this out. Hey, what's up, Jeff Despises Frauditors? In Florida, you could be called every year. All right, Lisa White, sure. Oh, you love the cards? Yeah, see, the cards are great. I put a lot of work into those cards. I'm glad people are enjoying them. So listen, because Leland Squirrels asked a question earlier. I told the whole story at the beginning of the stream for people who don't know. That there's a certain animation style that a lot of creators use. And, oh, jury duty, okay. But I didn't know what it was. And I found out that it's called Bitmoji. and I actually found the webpage and I created a Bitmoji for me. And then I was looking at like the little Bitmojis and how you use them and stuff. And I was going over it at the beginning of this stream, showing it. And Leland Squirrel was like, wait a minute. All those videos where those people have these little dudes with the animations and stuff, they didn't actually create those animations themselves? I'm like, I guess. I don't know. I just discovered the website myself. But Tones is a great example of how he took this image. Like, I mean, you can tell by looking at this. Here, look at this big. See, yeah, that's exactly what Schrodinger's cat used. But see how he's got like the cutout of the little dude, right? This would be, if it's a Bitmoji, this would be the Bitmoji. But then he took the eyes out to put his matrix stuff, his custom matrix stuff in here. He put it over this background like he's on a spaceship. He added Fezzington. So it's not just a question of, you know, creators not doing any work and just using this Bitmoji thing. This is a perfect example of how you could use a pre-drawn animation and add your own stuff to it to make it unique. He's got the overthinks it, like the cup in front of him, you know, the desk, all that. He obviously added all this background. He obviously added Fezzington. And then again, his eyes with the matrix numbers slipping through, like it's all custom. So yeah, good stuff. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is that modern technology gives artists a lot of tools to help them create. You know, that's one of the reasons why, like, when it comes to music, I don't complain about autotune, because it can be used as a tool for a specific effect intentionally as part of the music, of the sound you want in the song. Unfortunately, it also could be abused, just like rights and freedom. And people just use it as an excuse because they can't sing. Well, he's good looking, so we'll just put auto-tune on him. And the fact that he's good looking is what'll sell the records. It has nothing to do with talent. But anyway, it's using the tools. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I appreciate it. I think it's great.
Makes sense. And they like to compare themselves a lot to activists, you know, or journalists fighting on the front lines as champions of freedom against tyranny. They like to compare themselves to great names such as Rosa Parks, even though personally, I don't think those two could be any further apart. So I decided to take it upon myself to find out, has anybody in history done that? Have there been any activists armed with a camera that made a difference? Turns out there actually was. Now, admittedly, I should have thought of this last month, and you'll see why, but I discovered a figure named Ernest Withers. Now, who is Ernest Withers? He was an American photojournalist who was around during a pretty turbulent time in our history. It was during the Civil Rights Movement, and he got to photograph some of its most iconic moments. And before we get to that, a little bit about his backstory. He grew up in Tennessee. He was born there in 1922. So, like most southern states, Tennessee, as a former slave state, enacted a series of statutes that mandated racial segregation in most areas of public life. So this was someone who was a genuine victim of those mandates, who, you know, had to grow up in a world of oppression, who had a reason to want to see change. He was a genuine victim of unconstitutional laws. And yet, ironically, despite the limitations on what his privileges were in public life, there seemed to be no objection when he enlisted and decided to put his life on the line to fight in the Second World War. Then, when the Civil Rights Movement began, he traveled with Martin Luther King Jr. himself during his public life. He participated in some protests, and he actually got arrested twice. In one of those arrests, he even got beaten by police and had his camera smashed. But let's consider for a moment, what was he doing? He was involved in protests against segregation, a system where you had half the human race in America being subjected to discrimination, who were denied rights that other people had simply because of their skin color. Now, that is a system that's unconstitutional. That is something worth going the extra mile to fight, to change. And to do so is a genuine noble effort. So you can imagine my frustration when I hear frauditors talk about how they're challenging policies preventing them from harassing city employees with their cameras, and then have the gall to say that what they're doing is just as noble, if not more noble, than what men like Withers did. Withers wasn't going around protesting whether or not you could film in a public building. He wasn't harassing postal workers, and he wasn't going up and down the streets of private businesses trying to provoke a conflict. He didn't act belligerent or like a fool in front of people. He did his work with dignity and integrity. He and the people he photographed were fighting for real rights. They were fighting for justice. They were fighting to be seen and accepted on equal footing as everyone else. To me, that's heroism. That's a worthy cause. And yet today we have these so-called activists like Delete Laws, Long Island Audits, or Denver Metro Audits who proclaim martyrdom to themselves and anyone for so much as being minorly inconvenienced by police. Withers covered the death of Emmett Till, a 14-year-old African-American boy who was abducted, tortured, and lynched. And because the justice system was so unequal and corrupt, a justice system, by the way, that if it existed today, more than half of these frauditors would either be in jail or dead by now, Emmett Till's murderers were not only acquitted, but years later, for a quick buck, gave an interview to a magazine, confessed to actually committing the crime. That's something to get up in arms about. That's something that requires public attention. But sure, call flooding a police department or harassing city council members over a stupid policy in a library or speed cameras is more important. They can call themselves activists. They can call themselves journalists. But the fact of the matter is, they are not even 0.1% of the man Ernest Withers was. He is but one of many people in our history who embody everything that these fakes want to be and are not. But do you want to know why I picked Ernest Withers in particular to talk about here? Because it's actually pretty funny. Ernest Withers, American photojournalist and civil rights activist, was a member of law enforcement. He served as one of Memphis, Tennessee's first African-American police officers. And during his time in the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King Jr., he was an FBI informant. He was an agent of the government, funneling information to the Bureau about the civil rights movement and its leaders. And before you fly off the handle and think, oh, the big bad government was spying on activists, Withers was instrumental in making sure that the government got the right message about the movement. He didn't over-sensationalize or just give them what they wanted to hear. He had an obligation to give them the truth. He was willing to trust the federal government. I know, it's weird for a journalist to do that, but he did. And what did the federal government do? It actually aided the civil rights movement in Memphis. The FBI actually assisted in a voting discrimination case that Withers was actually covering at the time. Withers was willing to inform on violent militant groups such as the Invaders, who were basically the Black Panthers of Memphis, so that the movement's reputation would not be tarnished as a result of their actions. So like I said, dignity and integrity, qualities you will not find in a frauditor. And I find it hilariously ironic that someone who does the job far better than they ever could was an agent of the very institutions that they go out of their way to hate. So if any frauditors are listening to this and ever wonder why are they not acclaimed or celebrated as the unsung heroes they purport to be, then I suggest to them that they take a good look at Ernest Withers and then take another good look at themselves and never again ask that stupid question. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want to see even more in the future, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love to read them. Till next time.
All right. I didn't really talk at all during that. I only saw part of it. I didn't really sit and watch the whole thing. I wanted to have more of a genuine reaction watching it together. It's too good. I couldn't talk over it because it was too good. Look at this. We found someone who actually did make a difference with the camera. And guess what? He was exactly the opposite of everything that you guys claim to be. He was the exact opposite of everything of what you guys are. The one person who ever actually did make a difference using his camera. How amazing is that? When I have Tones on as a guest in 2 weeks on my Saturday show with me and Frauditor News Network, I think I'm going to use that video because I'm always show a video of one of our guests. I think I might show that one because that was genius. I love that. That was great. Holy crap, that video was so good. Wow. Well, now I'm going to jump right into the next one because we had some requests for Long Island Audit earlier. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from NCR News Network. Long Island Audit acts like a Karen and is being a jerk. What else is new?
Hi, folks. Today, we're going to take a look at Long Island Audits, where he goes back to Danbury, Connecticut, where he has to pay his fine, but he also tries to make a video where he does do some trespassing. And instead of cooperating like a civilized adult, he comes up with the conspiracy theory that they're plotting against him. With all that being said, before we begin, I noticed through my analytics that a large number of you still haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I have a Discord page, a Facebook group where we can post memes, have fun, and, well, make some new friends. With that being said, let's enjoy today's video, shall we?
Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we're at the Danbury Superior Court here in Danbury, Connecticut. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so let's take a look around the publicly accessible areas here. As always, we want to be on the lookout for restricted area signs. Our intent is not to trespass into any restricted areas, just peacefully exercise our rights in the publicly accessible areas. There goes our friendly reminder that they're always recording and watching us, the people. The government.
Yeah, I didn't show this video yesterday. I showed a video I made.
Here we are again.
About Long Island Audit
Some
yesterday.
different day. You go with this whole narrative of the cameras are always watching. Dude, if you're paranoid over those cameras, seek help. The cameras are there to protect the building and the occupants of the building and to help prevent crimes. And if a crime does get committed, they can stop that by saying, hey, we found this individual on the tape skulking around the cars when that car got broken into. Let's go look at him and ask him some questions. No, not you guys. You got to turn it to some kind of conspiracy.
What's the problem when we take out our cameras and watch them back? Where's the transparency? Where's the accountability? I had nothing much over here. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Hey, how are you? How you doing today, sir?
You with judicial?
I'm sorry?
Are you with judicial?
Am I with who?
A judicial employee?
A judicial employee? No, I'm not. Are you?
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
Giovanni Liriano.
Giovanni?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Sean.
Okay, Sean.
You know, I'm not with the judicial branch. No.
Okay. But this is a private area.
This is a private area here?
Yeah.
What makes it private?
This is the lockup. This is where they bring the prisoners in. So
Is it locked? It's not locked up or anything.
What makes it private? You
There's
don't
no
see that
sign
it's a
saying that it's
freaking
restricted
gated
or
area?
specific.
if you look at the
You don't see the freaking fence?
Employees only where? Here?
Yes.
I didn't see any signs that said employees only, sir.
That's funny. I mean, you've been around this building before. Isn't this the same building where you were illegally trespassed, according to you? Where you actually were convicted for simple trespass and had to pay a $90 fee? But wait, this gentleman's even telling you where the sign is to show you that this part of the building is for employee parking only. But yet you don't want to do that. You don't want to listen. You just want to go with the narrative of, oh, well, I didn't see the sign. Well, I don't always need to see a sign in Lakewood, Florida saying there's an alligator there, but I'm fairly certain there might be one in there. So I stayed out the lake. But again, you don't want to listen. You just want to go and do it your way.
Where did you come in? Which way did you come in?
Oh, that doesn't matter. But either way.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I didn't see any employees only signs anywhere I came in. Sure, I was on the lookout for them too. Didn't want to go into any restricted areas, so I wanted to make sure that there was
This is a restricted area.
this right here restricted area.
Yes.
How is it restricted?
It's employees only. Are you a judicial employee?
No, I'm not a judicial employee. I told you my name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just working on a story. No, I'm not a judicial.
You're partially right. So I'm not going to give you shenanigans on that one. But I will give you shenanigans on this. You are not a journalist. The court in Danbury, where you tried to petition to record so you can put it on your channel, said you weren't a journalist. A Washington State Supreme Court has said that YouTubers are not journalists. You're recording for YouTube. You're recording for your own sake. But yet you're not putting out any actual stories like a journalist.
Okay, so Lisa, here's the thing. I get your what you're saying. Like, oh, you know what? If I'm working in an office and I'm getting paid by the hour and someone pays me in pennies, hey, I get to spend the whole day just counting pennies, you know? And it's like a day off. Yay, fun. But here's the problem. The idiots who pay in all pennies are doing it because their belief is no city employee ever actually does any work. They believe that everyone who works for the city or the state or any government agency literally gets paid to sit like this eight hours a day, 7 days a week. So they're going to pay in change to force them to do something, to force them to count their change. But all they end up actually doing in every video I've ever seen where they do that, all they've ever actually accomplished was getting all the other customers to not be served because they're busy counting this idiot's pennies. They can't serve all the other customers, so all the other customers are getting mad and screaming and pounding the windows, and the frauditors laughing, saying, haha, I paid in pennies. Look at you, stupid servants. You're my servants. I have to do what I say. I'm telling you to count my pennies, and they think it's hilarious. So that's the issue with paying in coins.
So, where are these news pieces you guys are putting out? I mean, is there a website I can go to, or a news station, a newsletter, something? Please tell me. I would love to see these groundbreaking stories of you guys harassing public servants and civil employees. For what purpose? The sheer purpose of you guys knowing you can put it on YouTube and call somebody a tyrant or a bootlicker, which tell your fans to learn to spell better.
Employee, sir.
All right, so as it is right now, I have to call one of the marshals.
Oh, you can call whoever you need to call, so that's fine.
Audit on Instagram?
No, I'm not. Oh, no, I'm taking some pictures and video. For sure, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Somebody actually recognized Long Island Audit and said, hey, are you Long Island Audit? And he lied and said no? Yeah, that's a legitimate journalist. Let me tell you something. See, again, under any scrutiny at all of their arguments always break down and don't work and make no sense. So your argument is, I'm a legitimate journalist working on a story, but I can't tell you what the story is. But you just told me you're a journalist. So now you can't tell me that you're Long Island Audits. If somebody who was an investigative journalist that was working undercover, didn't want their story to be compromised, they wouldn't say, I'm a journalist. And then if you say, who do you work for? They go, oh, CNN, oh, CBS, oh, NBC. This guy, oh, I'm a journalist. Who do you work for? Oh, I can't tell you that. But you can tell me you're a journalist. But you can tell me you're a journalist? Doesn't that sort of give it all away? Right there? No, their arguments don't make sense. Illogical logic. Nonsensical nonsense, as Ragical called it earlier. And, douche canoeism and stupidity.
So this gentleman here said, that is your right to film. I just work here.
Okay.
Hey, did you talk to who need to talk to, sir?
Yeah, the chief's gonna be coming up.
Oh, the chief marshal's coming out for this branch here, for the district?
Well, for this courthouse.
For this courthouse, yeah, for this judicial district. The GA3. Yeah, sure. That's not a problem with me. I don't mind. Hey, how you guys doing today?
Real quick, I just wanted to address, if anybody missed it, this whole thing started because this area he's filming right now, he was in there. He walked up in there and was filming inside this fence. And then they say, hey, you're not supposed to be filming in there. And instead of saying, oh, it's okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I didn't know. Instead of doing that, well, I need to talk to your supervisor. How dare you tell me I can't film inside there, blah, 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 like they always do, turning nothing into a big, major civil rights violation, turning nothing into trying to sue the city, turning nothing into trying to get people fired, turning nothing into clicks and views. Not fighting for civil rights. Nope.
Secure. Can I get your names and badge numbers, please?
No, seriously. Okay, see, this is the. Okay, give me this. Long Island Audit, this is now you. Taser, 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 taser all day, baby. Just stick it on him and leave it there. And keep pressing the buttons. And if he moves, press it again. And if it moves, he's freaking shaking like freaking bacon. He's fucking cooking and so good looking, just like a chop or two. Tase him! Taser, taser, taser. It's a perfect example of how the Long Island Auditor, the liar, lies so much. And he goes out of his way to paint this picture of himself being intelligent. But he's too stupid because you got to be an idiot. You got to be legitimately an idiot. If you look at that fenced-in area where there's plastic grates in the fence so you can't see through it, creating privacy, and say, how is it secured? I don't understand. What do you mean? You don't see the gate? You're not that stupid. You're just a liar. And of course, his fans eat it up and think it's great.
24.
We can't start with your names.
Come to the Sally Port, please. This is for staff only. That's the problem.
Yeah. Can I get your names and badge numbers, please?
No, it's not actually. No.
I can't get your name and badge number. Why?
I'm not giving you any information. You're going to talk to my.
Boom. Roasted.
Francisco. And your name, sir? Can I get your name? Mitchell? Nice to meet you, Mitchell. Yeah, what about this area is restricted? It doesn't say any. I was on the lookout for any restricted area signs or anything.
Well, let's see. There was a sign shown to you. Well, it would have been shown to you if you would have gone and looked at it that said employee parking only, which meant it would have been an employee only parking lot. But you didn't want to go to it. Like you say, you weren't looking for it. Well, you snuck around the building from the publicly accessible area to get into this parking lot. Your own words will confirm that.
I'm just trying to came out to have a conversation with me, sir. I'm just trying to have a conversation back. I'm not listening. I'm trying to ask you a conversation. I'm trying to get.
One of the things that I wanted to comment about that as well, because a lot of people love to use that excuse. A lot of people, News Now Patrick was notorious for doing it. Josh Abrams does it a lot. Long Island Audit does it a lot. A lot of these frauditors love to fraud at parking lots and use the excuse, the sign says authorized vehicles only. I'm not a vehicle, I'm a person on foot, so that doesn't apply to me. The sign would say vehicles only. No humans. Authorized vehicles specifically only. You're not a vehicle. Exactly. Not only are you not a vehicle, you're definitely not an authorized vehicle. Therefore, you have no business being back there. Authorized vehicles only basically says vehicles only. Specifically, authorized vehicles only. When you say, well, I'm not a vehicle, right, so you don't belong there. It's vehicles only. Specifically authorized vehicles only. Either they're too stupid to understand that, or once again, they know they just don't care because they want their clicks and views, and they know their audience is too stupid to know the difference. And that's really what I'm starting to learn. That's really what I'm starting to learn. The more and more and more I watch these videos, the more and more I study these douche canoes, these rabid, hatred-infested douche hammers, is that they know that their audience are idiots. I'm starting to think that a lot of these people are nowhere near as stupid as they pretend to be, but they know their fans are. Like I said yesterday, Josh Abrams has said before, it wasn't on a stream, so I have no evidence. I admit I got this information secondhand. But what I heard was that he specifically said, and well, first of all, I have heard him say on stream that when he goes out and does his audits, he's playing a character. He's acting like a bigger butthole than he really is in real life. But that acting, playing that character, still ends up getting people fired. Still ends up getting people put on leave because of so many complaints you're putting in on them. Still gets people having to deal with all the call flooding that you initiate. It still has people getting sued and losing their jobs and getting fired and all these terrible things happening to them as a result of you playing a character and acting during an audit. But you don't care about any of that. What you care about is entertaining your fans, who you know are too stupid to see, even though you admit you're playing a character. They're still idiots who are too stupid to see that and think that you're a real civil rights activist. They know their fans are idiots. And it's like, there was a movie once. There's one time that I walked out of the theater while watching a movie. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the movie because I've said it before. And apparently, I guess it turns out that it was a popular movie and a lot of people like it. So, like, I offended a lot of people when I said it. But to me, sitting in the theater watching the movie, like, within the first 5 minutes, no, screw it, I'll tell you, it was The Bone Collector. Okay, I went to see it in the theater because I was so excited to see The Bone Collector, and I sat down, and within the first like 15 minutes of the movie, I knew everything. I knew. I'm like, oh, okay, he's not but it's gonna be the other guy, and he's gonna pretend. Watch, right? And then, sure enough, all that stuff, exactly what I knew was gonna happen was gonna happen. I felt like the movie was insulting my intelligence, so I walked. The one and only time I ever walked out of the theater at a movie before it was over. Because as soon as everything started happening and it was all exactly what I knew it was going to happen, it's like, okay, this movie thinks I'm an idiot. And I don't accept that from Hollywood. Screw you, Hollywood guys. And I left. Same thing with these guys. They know that that's the difference. So they know their fans are idiots. They don't make their videos thinking their fans are idiots. They know their fans are idiots. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't be fans of this. And so they play up the stupidity. They figure the only thing that idiots understand is stupidity. So we're going to do stupidity to entertain the idiots. The morons need to be entertained as well. If you have a low IQ, you might be a frauditor too.
Yeah, I have a conversation with you, sir. That's all. You're telling me it's restricted, but
Tell me that you're going to talk to my boss. And you're gonna have
who's
a
your boss?
conversation with him. You'll find out in 2 seconds.
Okay, no problem. There's no need to be hostile in any way.
Well, I'm not being hostile.
I mean, you are. You're not. You're a public servant. You're embarrassing.
Not being hostile.
Yes, you are, sir.
You
You're embarrassing You're embarrassing the marshal service by not identifying. What's the problem with identifying to a member of the public?
I will agree with Mr. Reyes here. The marshal is being unprofessional by not identifying if that is in his policy that he has to. However, Mr. Reyes is being disrespectful and condescending, like he's above the law with his attitude. Now, they are trying to tell you that this is a private parking lot for employees, but yet you don't want to listen to them. They're trying to show you, but you keep being argumentative and verbally combative. But why is that? Is it because you don't want to be proven wrong, or you know this would be a greater video for your likes and views because you're going to portray them as being tyrants?
I mean, I don't see what's the big deal there. Just cordial and polite as a public servant to say, hi, my name is Francisco.
Yep. I got you.
Nice to meet you, sir. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
That's good.
Beautiful.
For timing and pacing concerns, I will be jumping ahead until we get another encounter with another marshal of the court telling Mr. Reyes that he is, in fact, in a restricted area. I will put the link to the original video in the description box of this video.
Who is he? He doesn't look like the chief marshal.
Ask him.
Okay. Maybe he'll identify himself to me, unlike you, right?
My name tag's right here.
I know, but
You're in a restricted area. You need to leave.
be careful, sir. You might fall down the hill. What about this area? What about this area is restricted? So there's no restricted area signs or anything of that nature.
Restricted area signs up top.
No, there's
There are
not.
Restricted areas at the gate.
No, there isn't. There is no restricted area sign, sir. There isn't.
I know you're trying to make money off this on YouTube, so
No, not at
follow
all.
our orders and. No,
But they're not lawful orders because you don't have
this
there's
is a restricted area.
you
You're
can't
not
just
allowed
make
to
it
be
restricted.
here.
It's not restricted. I came here
It is
through an
a
open
restricted
public
area.
sidewalk, sir. Can I get your name and
This is not
can
a
I get your
public
name and title,
sidewalk.
please?
This is a private parking lot.
It's not a private parking lot, sir. It's funded by the government. How could it be private?
Private, between to the public.
Can I get your name and title, please, sir?
You have my name.
What's your name? I don't know what your name is. You keep walking
And I have to hear that again.
away from
You know,
your name and funded by.
Not
Can I make it?
No.
There isn't.
I know you're trying to make money off this on YouTube, so
No, not at
follow
all.
our orders. Restricted areas at the gate.
No, there isn't. There is no restricted area sign, sir. There isn't.
I know you're trying to make money off this on YouTube, so
No, not at
follow
all.
our orders and.
boom.
No,
But they're not lawful orders because you don't have
this
there's
is a restricted area.
you
You're
can't
not
just
allowed
make
to
it
be
restricted.
here.
It's not restricted. I came here
It is
through an
a
open
restricted
public
area.
sidewalk, sir. Can I get your name and
This is not
can
a
I get your
public
name and title,
sidewalk.
please?
This is a private parking lot.
It's not a private parking lot, sir. It's funded by the government. How could it be private?
it's private because
Can I
it's
get your
not
name
open
and
to the public.
can I get your name and title, please, sir?
You have my name.
What's your name? I don't know what your name is. You keep walking away from me.
Good. You're not listening. Let's go.
Sir, I'm just asking for your name and
I'm
title.
telling you, you're in a restricted area.
I am not. You cannot just make a restricted area.
It is a restricted
You cannot.
area.
Actually, you're wrong. They can make a private parking lot funded with government money and taxpayer money. You see, if they make a parking lot for the general public to park in and one separate just for employees and put up signs saying employees only, it henceforth becomes a private parking lot for the employees. And they are telling you there are restricted access signs and employee parking only signs, meaning those signs provide an area of privacy for the employees. And you being there is technically trespassing.
Make a publicly accessible area restricted just because it's me. It is.
Are there gates at the entrance that block people?
There's a public sidewalk that lets you come right into this area, sir. From the public parking lot. This is also a public parking lot, sir.
This is not a public parking lot. This is a private parking
I would just like to know who you are.
leave the area.
What is the issue here, sir?
The issue is that
All right. Here's another thing that I don't talk about a lot, but it's coming up here, and it should be something that that I do address. So this idea, and it comes up, it actually comes up quite a bit. The idea of, I'm always trying to paint this picture in my mind of what the world would look like if the frauditors were 100% accurate in what they say. Again, if you start to break down their logic, it falls apart the deeper you go. But if it actually did go through exactly the way they said it, even with the illogical logic, if it became reality, if their ideas and their terminology and the way they talk about things was real, you would not be able to get from your car to the office to go to work every day by walking on a paved piece of pavement. Because that's the sidewalk. And if it's a sidewalk, everyone can go there no matter what. See, that's the problem. They build a sidewalk so that the employees don't have to trudge through mud, don't have to climb freaking trees or trudge through thorn bushes or whatever natural stuff just grows there to get from their car to the office. They have a sidewalk there so that there's a paved area for the employees to walk on to get from their cars to the building. Just because it's a sidewalk does not mean that it's a public sidewalk. It's there for the employees so they don't have to, like I said, trudge through mud or whatever natural vegetation just happens to grow there to get to work. Imagine spending, in the morning, you get dressed, you do your hair, you take a shower, you get ready, you get your cologne on. Maybe you got to put on a suit if you're going to be, an office worker, and you do your tie and you get ready and you drive and you stop and you get your cup of coffee at Starbucks and you pull into the parking lot, and then you got to trudge through thorn bushes and wild shrubbery and tall grass up to your chest, and who knows what kind of critters are hiding there. Maybe there's some snakes in the grass or something. You got to worry about getting bit and all that. Why? Because frauditors, if you actually put some sidewalk there for them to walk to the building on, frauditors are going to freak out if you have a sidewalk, which means it's public, which means we could all just hang out there all day and do it. So you can't build sidewalks anymore. So now for frauditors to get the free world with more rights that they want, we're going to put up more walls. We're going to get rid of all windows. We're going to hide in our basements because if you leave the house, you no longer have any rights because you're in public. We're going to get rid of sidewalks near businesses that connect parking lots to the business. We can't fence off the parking lots because this is a fenced off parking lot. But just because it's a parking lot, if you're on foot, you're allowed in there. So basically, the entire world And everyone in it has to completely readjust their daily lives. It would affect everyone's daily life. Because right now, today, if I wanted to go to the post office to ship a package to somebody who won my raffle, and I got a March raffle going right now, don't forget any donations for any amount. Get you like that segue, guys? So if I'm trying to send a package, so I go to the post office, right now, today, in my world, I can walk into the post office, walk up to the window, after waiting in line maybe, give them my package, find out how much it costs, they'll weigh it, whatever, give them the money, they take my package. A few days later, I get a receipt with the tracking number on it. A few days later, I find out where it's at. In the Frauditors world, if they won, that wouldn't exist. It would affect me. It wouldn't affect me because I'd have more rights. It would affect me because I couldn't do that anymore. Because there are no windows at the post office because you have to hide everything. So you have to build walls. So I have to walk into the post office. But first of all, before I even get there, once I park between the parking lot and the post office, there can't be a sidewalk. So now I can't just get out of my car and walk into the post office. No, now I got to, depending on where you're at in the country, now you got to trudge through nature. Thank you for the $2, Peck. You are entered into the March raffle once again. Another entry for Peck. Yay! That segue sucked. I'm not talking about the ones that you stand on and go back and forth with. Not those kind of segues. Oh, Peck, I love you, man. Anyway, that's great. I got to point that out again. That was beautiful. So anyway, yes, so in the world that the Frauditors want, if they won, this is why I say they never even think their own ideas through to logical conclusion. Because if they did, they would understand that the first thing that would happen is I'd park, then I'd get out of my car. There'd be no sidewalk between my car and the post office. So I would have to trudge through whatever naturally grows in that area. Depending on where I'm at in the world, that could be some pretty harsh terrain to get to the front door. Now, everyone inside, they have to create their privacy, so the door might even be locked. But if it isn't and I actually get in there, I can't just go up to a window because there are no windows because you could film through a window, right? So there's just walls and there's locked doors because if it isn't a locked door, then it's publicly accessible and then you could just go in there with your camera and film and then tell them, how come you guys aren't hiding all this private information? How come you're leaving it out where I could film it? So they have to hide it, get rid of the glass and hide it behind locked doors. Because if you want to be private, why don't you take them in the back in a private room? I hear that all the time. If you don't want it to be filmed, why don't you take them in the back behind closed doors? So everything has to be done behind closed doors. So now I could have already had my package halfway to the person I'm shipping it to, but instead I'm waiting to get buzzed in, to get through the door into the locked room in the back to deliver my package. So if they win, I'm not getting more freedom. I'm getting more restricted. But they don't see it that way because they don't think their ideas through to the logical conclusion, because if they did, they'd realize their ideas are stupid. Yeah, you dumb, stupid, and dumb.
They're just trying to scam people out of money on YouTube. Because
Wait.
What is the issue here, sir?
the issue is that you're just trying to scam people out of money on YouTube. Because
I'm trying to scam people.
They give you money, and you just keep doing things to aggravate people.
I'm not trying to aggravate you, sir. I'm trying to have a polite conversation with you.
To aggravate everybody.
I'm not. I'm really not.
I don't know who this marshal is, but I want to send them a fruit basket. I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just decided that this cop is going to have his own card in Series 2 on my cards. Absolutely. I have a P. Barnes card. I have one of the cops that gave SGV a hard time a card. In Series 2, this cop is going to get his own card because this dude is freaking legendary. I love this cop. I'm leaving a comment on the original video on Long Island's channel right now about how much I love this cop. Talk about good police work. You want me to focus on highlight good cops? Bam! Here's one right here. P. Barnes Award nominee right here. This guy is fantastic.
he's calling you out on all of your crap, and it's dead on. You are scamming your fans and viewers. You are doing everything possible to annoy them. They are telling you you're in a restricted area, but yet you refuse to listen. Why? Because you know if you listen and you put that video up, you don't get a good video, you don't get the views. And then your fans leave you with nasty comments saying you're a sellout and a traitor.
You're the one that's trying to kick me out of a public area, sir. I don't want to cause any trouble. That's your narrative. That's your narrative. I'm not trying to cause any trouble.
This is my workplace. Bro.
Okay, so this
See that
is
van right there?
I am a
That's for
taxpayer.
inmates.
Okay.
That's for inmates. It's a secure area in the state of Connecticut.
Oh, for sure. Sure, I paid taxes to the state of Connecticut before. Of course I did. I've been out here for a long time. You don't think I paid sales tax, gas taxes?
Here we are again. They say, oh, well, I bought something in your state. I put gas in my car from your state. I'm a taxpayer. You do as I say. Primarily, the taxes that fund police and courthouses and other municipalities come from property tax. Sales tax and gas tax may cover some infrastructure costs, but not enough to where you guys can boss people around. You're not even from the state of Connecticut. You don't live there. But yet you go there to harass people who live there and work there. Why? What have they done to you?
Need to leave this restricted area.
Sir, I just want to. Can you show me where it's a restricted area?
You've been told several times that you.
I just want to know what's the restricted area.
You have been told.
It's not a restricted. Are you just restricting it because it's me?
No, it's
Shenanigans. I am calling shenanigans on that. You were told that it was an employee parking lot. They tried to show you the signs. They told you there are signs up there. They told you there were signs at the gate for cars to come through. They tried to show you, but you wouldn't go and look at them. They're not restricting it because of it's you. They're restricting it because it's an employee parking lot and you don't want to listen. Maybe get the potatoes out your ear and act like an adult.
restricted to everybody.
Yeah, just call the state police. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How is this a restricted area if there's no restricted area signs?
Area because you are not an employee. It's
Look,
for
there's
employee parking
there's a sidewalk over there. Be reasonable, sir. Look,
understand
there's
that
a
there's a sidewalk
sidewalk
over
to
there.
come right here.
Nobody is bothering you because you came down here. What we're telling you is that you're in a restricted area and you need to leave, and you're not following those orders.
But you can't just make it restricted just because it's
I
me.
can make anything restricted I want here.
Come here.
Shut your stupid ass up. Because this is a restricted area. This is a staff parking lot that you are not.
I'm not
supposed to be
parking.
in.
I'm not
I
parking.
didn't tell you you're not parking. You are not supposed to be in this area. You are refusing to leave the area.
Sir, I'm not breaking any laws. I know that. I'm not breaking any
You are
laws.
trespassing at this point.
I'm not. I am engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. I'm gathering content from my story. Yes, I am. No, yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think.
It has something to do with you making money.
Okay.
Got him. Got him.
Don't stop kidding.
What's your Lieutenant Mator?
Yep.
Lieutenant Mator. You're very professional, Lieutenant. And I say that with all sarcasm in the world. Hey.
What a bitch.
This is a
Yeah, call the state police. Go ahead.
That was awesome.
Is the chief available? Hey, chief, how are you? How you doing, Chief?
How you doing?
So I'm
Hell,
just taking a
know my
walk. I
name.
came through
What
a
a
publicly
douche canoe
accessible
you have to be for all the
sidewalk over
cops to
here.
know you by name.
There's no signs
Sure.
that deems this restricted in
That's
any
fine.
way.
You're being informed right now that this is an employee lot. If you made an error and didn't know that, that's fine. You're welcome to go up to the public area and film all you want, but you cannot film the employee area.
But what about this area is restricted? How
Sir,
are you
I'm
restricting it? Just
informing
you're
you
restricting
right
it just
now.
because it's me. That's
No, this is an employee lot.
But I'm not
making
parking,
it clear
sir.
to you right now, you can't be in the employee lot.
But there's no
It's for employees
signs.
only.
You're restricting it just because of me.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Informing you right now.
You're
So
tailoring a policy
sir,
just to violate my rights
No,
as
I'm
me
not
and
violating any
specifically.
rights.
You know who I am.
informed
You said Mr. Reyes.
I do know
right?
who you are.
Okay,
yes.
so you're making this policy just specifically
No,
because I am
anybody
here.
that comes in our lot, sir. It's
Then
not
why wouldn't you put up
tailored
signs?
to
Yes,
you.
it is specifically tailored to me because you're
not.
specifically telling me that I
Sir,
can't use a public
You're
sidewalk.
welcome to go up there. and
That I can't
record
use a
all you
public
want.
sidewalk, sir. All I'm doing is
There's
using
no
a
public
there's a
sidewalk
public
back there.
sidewalk. Yes,
There's no
that's how I
public
got
sidewalk.
here. Yeah,
Go
that's
up
how
to
I
the-
got here.
Yes, so go up to the.
But there's no sign.
You were told there was a sign at the gate saying employee parking only, no visitor parking. You were told restricted area, employee parking only. There are signs up at the top. Even the chief marshal came out and told you, even if you came back here and you were unaware that this was the employee parking lot, you're now being told that is an employee parking lot and they do not want you there. You can go and film anywhere else on the property that is not restricted or for employees, but yet you keep fighting them. You keep being combative. Why? Could you keep going up with this narrative of, oh, well, you're doing it just to stop me? No, they're not. Grow up. Be a productive member of society and contribute something other than your frauditing.
Signs that say warning, do not enter into any restricted areas or anything. I was
informing you
on
right now. I'm informing you
But
right
how
now.
do you have the
I'm
authority to make this a
informing
restricted area?
You right. I don't make it the restricted area. I'm enforcing it. Sir,
But who
I
made
need
it
you
an
to-
restricted
I
area,
need
sir?
you to
Are you stupid or something?
go up to the lot.
I just want to know
need
who
go
made
up
it a
to the top
restricted
lot.
area. I need to know whose authority is behind
I'm
making
the
this.
authority asking you to go up to the public.
But you
lot.
don't
That's what
have
I'm asking.
authority. It's public. This is public property, sir.
I have a duty to enforce.
And enforce what,
Mr.
sir?
Reyes,
There's no
Mr.
signs.
Reyes.
There's no statute that
Mr.
makes
Reyes,
this
are you
this
refusing
restricted.
to leave the lot?
Sir, there's
I'm
no
making
signs.
it very clear. I'm making it very clear to you that you cannot be in the employee lot. You are welcome to go 30 feet up there and record from up there all you want. Right where that is. That lot right there is publicly accessible today because we're here. You are welcome to film up there. You cannot film in the employee lot.
At this point, the chief marshal is being way too polite to Mr. Reyes. He is clearly not going to listen to you, sir. At this point, he is refusing to leave. You've been asked multiple times to leave. If I were you, I would just slap the cuffs on him, take him in, wait for the troopers to come pick him up, and get him another court date because apparently he loves breaking the law in Connecticut. But again, we're dealing with a person who thinks they're above the law and don't have to listen to any authority figures.
But there's no
It's
restricted areas.
It's restricted. It's restricted to employees only.
But what authority
Sir,
do you
I'm
have?
asking you, are you refusing to go up there? Are you refusing to leave the employee lot? Because if you're refusing to leave, you're going to be trespassing back here in.
But I don't know if you have the authority to trespass me from public.
I'm informing you very
But just
clearly.
you're saying you have the authority.
I'm informing you.
Are you a
what-
law enforcement
what's gonna
officer?
happen. Sir? I need you to go film up there.
Can I ask you one question?
Sir,
Are you a law
I
enforcement
need-
officer?
Talk to me up here. We'll go.
Sure, we'll
I'll
take a
talk to
walk.
you
We'll
all you
take
want
a
up there.
walk. Are you we'll take a walk. Come on. Let's walk and talk. Are you a law enforcement officer, sir?
Up there, please.
I'm
Come on,
asking you a
come
simple
on,
question. I
come
need
on.
to know.
I told
need
you
to
I'd
know
be happy
who you
to talk to
are.
you where you can film. You know who I am. You just use my name.
You're the chief of
Mr. Reyes,
You're the
please.
chief of the marshals
Mr.
here, but
Reyes,
I don't know
Mr.
what
Reyes,
type of.
I'm going to escort you up to the top.
Hey,
if
just
you
don't
go
touch me,
in.
okay?
Well, I'm
Don't
asking
touch
you
me.
to go.
I
and
need
you're
to know
not
who you
moving.
are. You need to relax. You've been escalating the situation from the beginning, and you need to relax. Okay?
Yeah.
There's no need for that. I'm walking,
Mr.
but don't
Reyes.
touch me. Don't touch
All right.
me.
Well,
I'm
I need you to go then.
I'm walking.
I need you to go then.
But you don't. You're not even a law enforcement officer, are you?
Thank you. I'm happy to have a conversation with you up there.
But I need to
I'll
know what
answer
authority you
All
have.
your questions up there, sir.
I need to know what authority you
I'll
have,
answer
though.
All your questions up there. I'll be happy to answer them as long as you.
We're going to jump ahead for time and pacing reasons. The chief marshal does confirm to Mr. Reyes that, yes, he is a peace officer and has the right to arrest him and trespass him from the employee area. He does go up to the general parking area that's allowed for public access and for the general public. However, the entire time he whines and complains. But let's see how much of a tool and a total jackwagon Mr. Reyes actually is.
I need to know that if I step on that pavement, are you going to arrest me?
If you
It's
trespass
simple.
again, after I asked you to leave, yeah,
Okay.
you'll be arrested.
I will be arrested. Great. Great. There you go. You just signed, sealed, delivered the lawsuit against you. All right, guys. I have to go inside and file a motion. My motion right here. And also, today is the last day I could pay a fine. I got $90 right here, all in change.
That's right. This jackwagon's trying to pay a court fee with pennies. What a Karen move to do. Wouldn't you all agree?
Let's go pay our fine, file our motion.
Hi, how may I help you?
Hi, I'm here to pay a fine.
Okay. Last name?
Reyes.
Okay. So it's 136.
136. So it's the $90 for the simple trespass infraction.
And it's a fee and a surcharge. $11 fee and a $35 surcharge.
And what's that for exactly?
Those are just all itemized.
It's because you're a douche canoe and you deserve it.
So they really have no purpose.
Should have been, yeah, to punish your ass for being a douche canoe. That's the
Oh,
purpose.
by statute.
It's
Okay,
a-
perfect.
it's-
So just
it's
because they
a punishment.
Got it.
It's a
All
fine.
right. No problem. So I have $90 here. Because I thought it was going to be
Prank
90.
channel crap.
So that's $90.
What an asshole. I hate that guy, and so do you.
Hold on. So that's $90, and then I brought some cash too, because I thought it was only going to be 90.
Wow. You are such a degen. I mean, you dump a bag of pennies, I'm assuming pennies, on the counter and make them count it. You know, I get it. You're bitter because you have to pay the fees because you broke the law and you're being punished. But to do something that petty, it's not even petty. It's just juvenile. And you're a grown man doing that. Maybe you should take a good long look in the mirror and think, is this the kind of person I want to be?
Unfortunately, it is. He wants to be a douchebag. He loves it.
What do you?
He's proud of his
But this is
doucheness.
this is cash. This is what I have,
Oh, I know, but there's.
and I have to pay it by today,
I
or
know.
else I'll get in
You
trouble.
may have to go to the bank and get cash from them.
But this is cash. This is legal tender in the United States.
Oh, I know it is, but we can't through our courier service, the deposit, they can't accept that much.
Why? It's currency.
Well, maybe because you just dumped a bag of pennies onto the counter and expect them to take it because you want to pull a juvenile prank. You know, there's a term for people like you who pull these kind of pranks. What is it?
You are a douchebag. That's right, a douchebag.
Paying a fine.
It's Bank of America policy, they can't accept that much through the.
But I'm not paying Bank of America. I'm paying the state of Connecticut,
I
right?
understand that, but it has to be deposited through Bank of America, and it can, I think because of the bags, it could rip the bags, so that they can only accept a certain amount.
But I'm not paying Bank of America.
You're not paying the Bank of America. You're not making a deposit. You're not paying off a overdraft fee or anything like that. You're paying the court, which has an account set up with Bank of America, to manage and handle the fees and the money that they have to collect for the state. But you won't learn that. So we're going to end the video here. If you got
How amazing. How amazing is it that Glenn Serio's leggings considered paying with change back in 95 at 16 and even then decided better of it. Long Island Audit is, and this is the funny part, because when I first started making fun of him, so many frauditors in my comments were like, no, he's different. He's different. This is different. This whole video and everything that happened in it, going to a parking lot that's clearly fenced off, walking into a fenced off area within the parking lot, and then when they say, hey, what are you doing in here? You need to be over there, instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, and going over there. Nope. Can't do that. Got to complain and argue. Now, wait a minute. If you came there to pay your fine because you had your big bag of pennies with you, why didn't you go in there and pay your fine? Why did you make that pit stop in the parking lot to argue with the sheriffs for half an hour before you went inside to dump your pennies on the counter? Like an asshole. Because you're not like an asshole. You are an asshole. I'm sorry. I don't know why today. I don't know what it is about today that, because I said a lot of curse words today. I normally try to control the amount of swearing I do today. I don't know. Maybe it was when Rogue Nation was in here. It pissed me off. Maybe it was listening to Regan Benson again that clicked something bad inside. I'm sorry, guys. If anybody is like, wow, Hezokai's going too crazy this morning, that's probably why. The combination of Regan Benson's shrill voice scratching my spine like a demon, and then Rogue Nation coming in my chat and talking trash and being a douche canoe, and a couple other things just got. You promise my Glen Serial card isn't a scratch and stuff? Look, I got it right here. Here's the proof. Look, is this the one you're talking about? No, it is not. Again, I'm thinking of doing a special edition scratch and sniff one as a joke, but no, it is not. If you scratch it, all you're going to do is ruin the card and mess up your finger. Get some ink on it, maybe. Anyway, we've been on here almost 4 hours this morning. Great stream today. Thank you all for joining me. Love you guys so much. Again, we're doing a March raffle. The grand prize is going to include, again, I'm still not even 100% set on what exactly the prize packages are going to be, but guaranteed the grand prize is going to include a full set of all 110 of my playing cards, 55 idiot cards, and 55 hero cards. Also, a special limited edition, numbered, rare, only 18 ever created in the world, and they're all individually numbered Schrodinger's cat cards that are going to be mounted in one of these cases with a little display holder for it for you. And you can take it out of the case. It's not permanently mounted. It's just, magnetic. And furthermore, as always, the grand prize, no matter what it is, every month will always come with a copy of my book, The Frauditors Handbook, How to Suck at Life. And finally, the other prizes as we go through are going to include booster packs. They're going to be different than these. These are the ones that I still have. Cash graphics, if you sent your address, one of these is yours. Like literally one of the ones in my hand is yours. I haven't shipped it yet because I didn't get your info yet. And that's it. So thank you guys for joining me. And until next time, here's the Elvis known for saying, yeah, I'm all